Hello, hello, y'all. How are we? How are we? Welcome to another live stream. Hello, Dan. Hello, Andrew. Andrew, what did you say? You said good evening, shoe crew. Oh, t-shirt idea. Love it. Any size is welcome. Shoe for Schumacher. Aw, pun fun. I love it. It's near 100 out here. I blame Rachel not wanting cold months ago. It's too hot and I'm pasty white. Yo. Hi, Alex. Huge hug back to you, buddy. How are you, King? Happy midnight from Scotland. Yes, Dan. Dan, I'm so proud of you and your oh my god, the word left me. Whatever word I was going to use. I'm proud of you and your top streak. You are officially in first place for stream streak. Congratulations. 16-day streak, baby. 16-day streak. I think you're going to keep it for a while. Well, maybe. You're at least going to keep probably like, because we have today and Wednesday, and then 2 more. So you're going to get like 17, 18. So you're going to get to like 19 or 20, 9 to 19. And then it's just gonna depend on when I start streaming again in August. Because I'm gone for the rest of July because I'm working all my conventions and all other people's conventions. And so then depending on when you leave and when I start will depend on the August ones. I'm doing well. Was playing a game with a friend and just got a new weapon. I upgraded some I already had. Ooh, Alex, that sounds like fun. What game, what weapon? How'd you upgrade it? I'm going to keep it for as long as possible. Let's go. Dan, I love it. I love having y'all, like, in the chat. It genuinely makes my day because, like, some of the folks here know, but there was absolutely a time when I was live to maybe, like, 1 or 2 people. And usually when you're there with the, live then, I was still so grateful because I was like, oh my god, I get to talk to folks. But we have like a rounding cast of people who jump in and say hello, and it's so amazing because I feel like I'm saying hello to my friends. You know what I mean? Like it's a check-in for me because we all know how bad I am with connections. So it's really nice to have y'all even stop in a chat just to say hi and be like, can't stay today, but like, hopes everything's well. It's amazing because, and when you do get to chat, it's even better, but like, just stopping in, all of you, like Andrew, Alex, Deanne, Gal, TK, like everybody, Rythan, everyone, it's so awesome because it just, it makes me smile knowing that I have little check-in groups of people, and I love it. Yeah, I don't know. I think, I don't know if there's anybody from when I first started streaming that is still in our community. I think Gal and or Dadley are probably the oldest members of this community, and I mean like length they've been here. But I don't know for sure. I'd have to. They're the only ones that I can think of. Theta's been here for a long time. Theta's been here for a while. Um, I will bring my 20-ounce unopened iron brew to Anime Ohio. Ice cups and Rachel's reaction, but Dan can keep the haggis. The haggis is amazing. Take some, Drew. I love it. And listen, Andrew, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you genuinely bring it to Anime Ohio, and you have free time when I'm not busy, I will absolutely. We can record a short of like us trying it for the first time because I'm sure you've already tried it. But I don't like a lot of things, and so it might be fucking hysterical. And I absolutely will do that with you, 100%. My presence and voice is 3 people. Doggy, yes, Andrew! Yes, you're 3 people alone, King. You're 3 people alone. You are nearing a year. Oh, yeah, Dan, I don't have commands. That is one thing I have no idea how to do. Gal's the person who sets up all my shit. So when she's free, she just does things in the chat. Like, I think there's it's not called harass, but there's some sort of, like, command that's, like, specifically to harass me. I don't know. But I have no idea how to do any of those commands, so unfortunately I cannot give you followage. Jamie! Hi, Jamie! How are you tonight, girly? I'm doing well. Yeah, Dan, you're nearing a year because Anime Ohio is where you're from. So, like, come a few weeks, it's gonna be a year of you being a part of this community, and it's so amazing to have you here, dude. So amazing. Yes, Gal Pals Jamie. Alex, you said I was playing the Elden Ring Convergence mod. Ooh. The new weapon is called Trisha's Pawmander. It's a hammer that has its own elements and can swap between ice, fire, lightning, frenzy. When holding swap, it becomes a meteor hammer. You swing around and smack everyone nearby with the element in question. Ooh, that's so fun. That's so fun, Alex. Wait, so an Elden Ring mod. So I know Elden Ring and stuff because the games are a little bit are kind of older, but people still really like the styles. I know there's a bunch of mods. What does that mod in particular do? It's cool that they're still updating these mods and stuff though. Sometimes like I feel like people who create mods and communities within that stuff update the games more than the actual creators do, you know what I mean? Commands. Andrew, that's so funny. No, those commands I could give. It's the ones in the chat that are like, I don't even know if my Discord command works. I wonder if I do exclamation point, is it socials? Oh my god, the socials one works. That's the only one I know of. That's the only one I know. Because I think that's the only one I set up myself. In fact, you can tell it's the only one I set up myself because ever since I was little, you guys know I like the English language, I've had an obsession with capitalizing words that don't need to be capitalized. So socials is capitalized when it shouldn't be. So I definitely set that one up myself, but I don't know about any of the others and how they work. I know there's a raid one. Like when we raid, Gal set up a command so that everybody could copy and paste like a raid thing, but I have no idea how to trigger it or what it does. So this is kind of where we sit. Iron Brew Real? Yes, we'll make an Iron Brew Real. We will, Andrew. We'll straight up make one. You'll have to, we'll have to do it on a time. I don't know when we'll do it. Whether, usually the calmest day is Friday, but we will have just done a lot of work. So it'll kind of depend. It probably can't be Sunday unless we'll figure it out. It's no big deal. We'll figure it out. Whenever there's chill time. The Convergence mod is an overhaul mod, changing the layout of major dungeons, swaps some rewards and items, adds new spells. Spells are categorized. Armors have stat boosters and passive stats. Certain damage heights getting boosted, etc. And overall progression is altered. It is mostly focused on magic, but it does have many options for melee and level 1 runs. Oh, cool! So it like fully, yeah, when you say overhaul, it changes the dungeons, the rewards, so you can replay the game and not know exactly what to expect. That's fun. I love that. Because the only things I know, like, mods and stuff for, like, because I don't usually play games that have a lot of mods, because I guess it could. The only ones I know of things like that, and I know we talked about this at some point, trying to distinguish the differences, was I watch a lot of, like, Mario and Zelda, not speedrunners, that's not the word I'm looking for, randomizers? Like, I'll watch Linkus, I will watch Linkus to do his, like, Wind Waker randomizers and things like that, or I'll put on a Morph to go to sleep, and he does a lot of, like, mods where you can play like GeoGuessr, or there's a lot of Mario mods. You can play all sorts of games, and there can be multiple of you in there at once, and they do a lot of stuff like that. Is the June 6/19 San Diego ready for Rachel? You better get a t-shirt and another date everything body pillow and Death Note merch. I know. See, Andrew, like, every part of me is like, I'm so excited to go down to San Diego. But I have a feeling the hours are going to be very long, and I'm not going to actually get to, I know, FCCC bound, I love it. We have to temper our craziness a little bit, because I have to assume, right? Because we have to assume the worst, hope for the best. Assume the worst, hope for the best. So my assumption is I'm not there, like, in attendee capacity. I'm working it. So it's one of those things where my assumption is I'm not going to get to see or buy anything, right? I'm not going to do any panels. I'm not going to meet and greet anybody. I'm just going to get the experience of being there and the crowds and selling to people and vending to people, etc. Which is still a great experience because you guys know how much I love fucking people. That's ironic coming out of an asexual's mouth, but it's fine. But yes, that's why I'm like excited about it with a little bit of temperance, right? But I get to be there. I'm so excited. Of course I want to know, Alex, what are your 2 favorite weapons? Hi, TK! How are you, TK? San Diego is hot. Air quality is bad. Usually stay indoors. TK, I'm working San Diego Comic-Con. I'm very excited. In a couple weeks, I will be flying out there to work it. We will be indoors for the most part. Thankfully, I like the heat. I love heat. Now, you shouldn't be working in heat, and I'm sure the Comic-Con will be air-conditioned, probably to the point where I am cold, because every place seems to air-condition to the point where I'm cold, but I think we'll be all right. Where were you? I had Raiders? Me? I saw that you were live, TK. I assumed you were still live when I went live. I went live at the normal time. Work, 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 breathe, eat, drink a Diet Pepsi, yawn, rinse, and repeat. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. Quite literally. That's what it's going to be, is I'm going to have a little, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to get one of those helmets. They're not, this is a joke because they're absolutely not allowed. I'm going to get those helmets with the, like, bottles in them. Oh, no, for Dan. Okay, thank you, TK. And put Diet Pepsi in them and do the little straw string so I could drink it out of the hat. Ugh. Thank you on the congrats. I appreciate that. Blasphemy to like heat? Other way around, Andrew. Other way around. You speak blasphemy for disliking the heat, okay? And that 100-degree heat wave is coming up here. It starts tomorrow for us. So it's unfortunate because my brain loves to go do activities, and I have to tell myself, you can't go out there. You can't go out there in that heat. You can't do it. And I go like hiking with the dog every day. And so I'm not going to be able to go hiking with the dog because it's going to be in the fucking hundreds. And I'm like, even if I can stomach it, he can't. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to sit at home. And I was distracted by Vox Machina. Dan, listen, I don't. You and Dadley both have finished it. I have not finished it yet. So don't spoil, although I'm excited for it. I gotta watch it, I know. Stopping to say hi during my lunch break. Dadley, thank you to stop and say hi. You're a king. Dadley, the end of the Critical Role campaign for arc all together was so bittersweet, crazy shit going down. I'm so excited for the giant tables. And we'll see it in 6 weeks. But at least while it's gone, we get Age of Zombies 2, baby. Enjoy. Gonna be a late shift inventory in this week? No worries, Dadley. You do what you gotta do. No, we're sending you love, and no, I'm thinking about you. And next week when Age of Zombies starts, we'll chat. Okay, my favorite weapon is called Einar's Hammer. It's a decently proportioned great hammer. It does pure magic damage. Has a high level of frostbite, and it has an ability where I spin around with ice magic, slide across the floor to spread ice spikes, and slam the hammer back down to do an explosion. Ooh! Ooh! I love that. Oh no, I'm hitting things. Sorry. It's attached to my computer, so it gets all bouncy. I like that, Alex. That's cool. You kind of like slide and pa-chung. I like that. That's so cool. I spent 2 weeks every summer in San Diego because grandparents. No way. Been to conventions there twice. ALA and something else I don't remember. Yo! That's so cool, TK. It's gonna be my first time there, and I'm so excited. I'm gonna be where all the famous people go, where all the creatives go. I'm gonna be in where all the people who want to do what I do go, even though I can't afford it, so I don't go there. I'm excited. Halfway through season 2? Oh! Dan, then I will not spoil it for you, because I'm on the last season. Yes, it was so good. Second favorite weapon is the Celestial Blade, Great Sword of Glintstone. Solidified magic harnessed by studying the stars. Cool. Its special ability is 2 parts. Teleport into enemy and explode them. Or sweep the air to do a magic slash with buffs the weapon have different moveset. I like the teleport thing. I mean, I'm a bit of a sucker for a teleport. If you can go and like blink in and out, that's cool as shit. Blinking in and out is cool as shit. I gotta be honest with you. Although the ice is interesting. Elemental stuff is so interesting to me because I feel like a lot of games that have elemental things either do it so basic that it's kind of boring, where it's like a rock, paper, scissors, Fire Emblem style, or they don't utilize it well. Like they barely use it at all. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't help you in your, like, you don't want to use those abilities. So, it's interesting when games incorporate like the ice and the fire and the earth and the wind and all that jazz, because I'm like, does it matter? Because it needs to matter if it's going to be there. You know what I'm saying? I have season 2, episode 6 paused right now while I'm here. I am honored, Dan. I'm honored that you would pop into this stream while you have Vox Machina playing. That's crazy. Pineapple belongs on pizza? Oh, you're playing with emojis? Oh, Andrew, that's cute. Gavin! Hi, Gavin. How are you, King? What's up? How are you doing on the game? I'm not good with names. Is it Castlevania? Is that the one you're playing? You're playing one of them where you and Dan were trying to beat a bad guy on like super hard terror mode. And I don't remember which game it was, but how are you doing? Have you defeated the boss, the baddie yet? The evil dude? Resident Evil 4. That was not even close. Why did I say Castlevania? Fuck if I know. That wasn't even close to Resident Evil 4. You would think I would remember Resident Evil 4. Episode 6 is wild. Dadley, I cannot remember what happened in season 2. I have not finished the current season of Vox Machina, but back in season 2, I have no idea what was going on, man. Last bit of advice. If you go out, beware of horny sailors. Horny sailors? TK, what is this advice and what era did you come from? What decade did you time travel from? What? What are you talking about? Oh, San Diego is a naval port. Oh, okay. No, thank you, TK. Thank you for that. I appreciate you clarifying. And I appreciate the advice. I'm not worried. I worked night shift at a truck stop at a gas station. There are a lot of times truckers will literally try to just put you in their car. So I'll be fine. Thank you though. I appreciate it and I will take it into consideration. I sent both mesh and weapons to the Discord, like their showcases, and in the video of the hammer, it contains a pomander. Ooh, Alex, I'll check it out after stream. Thank you. It's Salazar. I haven't beaten him yet, but will soon kick his ass. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Yeah, you did, Queen. Let's go. Let's go. You will kick his ass. I believe in you, Gavin. I believe in you. You can do it. You have a better chance of doing it than I ever would. So I'm sending you hella energy. And you know what? I don't even have a doubt. I don't have a single doubt, Gavin. Not a single one. Mostly because I'm not gonna remember the game come Wednesday. But I don't have a single doubt in you. You're gonna beat him. Easy money, okay? Castlevania Symphony of the Night is the best. If you put the PS1 disc in a CD player, there is one song on it. See, I watched a bit of the Castlevania show, but I never played the Castlevania game. So, like, I don't super know the lore, but I liked the show. The show was chill. Hey, Rythan! How are you doing, King? What's up? How's life? How's life? I hope everything's going well for you, Rythan. Good to see you, King. Huh, that's interesting about the PS1 games, Andrew. I did not know that fact. Did not know at all. I just looked over and realized it might be the lighting. Probably fully is the lighting because you guys can't see it on camera at all. I think I have a teensy weensy bit of a tan and not pasty white on my arms because we went out kayaking yesterday because of how beautiful the weather was. It was super fun. I love doing all the fun stuff that you could do in summer in the nice warm weather. So we went out kayaking and got to go on the lake, and it was very, very beautiful. And we got to see so many birds. Y'all, so many birds up close, and a turtle. We went right past this cute little turtle who was sitting on a log, and he was just like, and I was like, because we were so close that he didn't move. He was just like, I don't care, man. And a lot of the birds let us get really close to. We saw a couple cranes and like herons and stuff. It was really pretty. It was a good time. Yes, Rythan makes it a good day. I'm doing well, just working on a Discord minigame. Ooh, what is a Discord minigame? Like, I know every platform now has games, right? Even fucking Netflix has games on it. But what exactly does that entail? Like, they just give you code and you can program them into your server? Thank you for the support. It means a lot. How have you been? I've been doing well. We've been having a chill ass time. I just finished. I know it's not relevant for most of y'all, but I just finished doing Indiana Comic Con's audio and sending it all out. Literally like 3 minutes before I hopped on the stream, I sent my last email. So all of the audio is officially out from Indiana Comic Con, which means I am audio free for like 2 weeks until we go to Anime Ohio. And then I have to bust my ass off because I'm going to be editing Anime Ohio's audio while I'm working San Diego Comic Con and Gen Con. So it's going to be an interesting time. But I'm really getting a handle on it, and I'm quite proud of myself because I've created like a system in Reaper that like saves ooh, I was going to use the word pre-generated, but that makes it sound like there's AI or something. There absolutely is not. That's not the word I want. Like set up? I don't know the word I'm looking for. Like, I know I have sets of music and sound effects and stuff that I use for each dialogue. And so Reaper, I have like projects saved that are like templates to put people's audio into. And it makes cutting it and editing it a lot faster, a lot easier, a lot cleaner. So I was able to set that up and it made the process so much better. And I'm really proud of being able to run through that. I think you were showing your muscles. Dude, I wish. Bro, I was set, so I got a tent. I got like a sun tent so I can sit outside with the upcoming heat and the sunlight and everything. It's gonna be crazy. And laptops, I didn't realize this was a thing. Like screens and stuff are not built to be seen outside. So unlike your phone, a laptop or like a tablet and stuff, if you go outside and sit in the sun, you will not be able to see that shit. Like you just can't. And I'm like, oh, is there like a filter or something I can put on it? No, there's nothing. They just don't want you using it outside. So I got like a sun tent to reduce the sun so I can actually see my fucking computer outside. And I was trying to put it up today and I had to wait until other people came home because I'm so weak. I couldn't do it by myself. Maybe, you know, it's really funny because I was joking. We were having a joke and they were like, you should do workout live streams. And I was like, do you know how many viewers we could get if I'm doing workout live streams? Y'all, come wintertime when I can't be having fun and doing things and we're streaming 24/7 because I have to be stuck indoors, y'all must be ready to see me in like little leggings and fucking sports bras because we are absolutely doing workout streams. But what I find funny, because here's the thing, I think it would be funny for me to do those because it would be all of us normal people of the community like there during the streams, and then the creepy people would show up and try to be creepy. And we would be so weird that it would freak them out and they would leave. Like, the epitome of, like, someone showed up and be like, ooh, yeah, stretch. And then everybody in chat going, like saying random bullshit like FNAF, Freddy Fazbear, like Chuck E. Cheese, and just making the guy so uncomfortable that he fucking leaves. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be hysterical. That's funny as shit to me. So, bet, yes, bet. I think it'd be so fucking funny for that to be the case. And I do want to get more musclies, because guess what? You should be able to lift a gallon of milk. It's just something I've always hated, bro. On it? Yes, let's go. We'll see how it goes. Probably, I like yoga. The power of cringe, exactly, Dadley, exactly. I did like doing yoga in the past. I was never necessarily great at it, but I did like doing it. But, like, I don't know. It'll also be, those of you who work out are gonna have to teach me how. Like, we're gonna put on the old 80s fucking dancer videos and try and copy them. Or we're gonna get fucking Ring Fit or some shit. Because I don't know how. That's one of the reasons I've never gone to a gym. Because my brain needs the exact process, right? It needs somebody to be like, okay, you're gonna pick this up. Nope, you're turning your wrist wrong. Turn your wrist that way. Put your feet here. Do this. I think it's one of the reasons, like, 6-year-old me loved the 1 month I did in karate, because those teachers are very specific. They're like, your foot's turned at like a 78 degrees, you need to put it at 90. Turn your hip to the right. Put your hand out straight. And they're very, very specific. And so my brain is like, oh, okay, this is the exact thing I need to do and improve upon and get correct. Whereas people who tell you to go work out, I'm like, what does that mean? Would I just pick up a barbell and call it a day? Like, am I using my wrists incorrectly? Like, that sounds crazy. I can't do it. I have a bot on my server that drops ingredients when a channel gets busy, and the players can craft potions with those ingredients using slash commands. Rythen, that's adorable! Rythen, I love all the programming you do. It's absolutely fucking fantastic. Every time you tell me about a new thing you're working on, it's amazing. Jane Fonda and Richard Simmons were big in the 80s workouts. Sweat into the oldies. Okay! I will look them both up. Well, I'll add them to my list of things that we can do in the winter. The Jane Fonda and the Richard Simmons. Okay. I've heard of these people. I don't think I've ever, like, actually seen them. Hold on. Jane Fonda. Oh, is she alive? Holy fuck, she's alive. She's only 88. Oh, she's like the poster girl for the leotard and the hair. Oh, that's her, huh? Dang. Okay, good for her. Holy shit. Damn, she a hottie. She don't play no games. Work is enough exercise for me? That's fair. Dadly, unfortunately, my work is talking and being creative and talking to y'all. Getting out of bed is enough exercise for me? I wish, bro. I got bait. Look at that. I got squishies. Look at them squishies. I got baby squishies, okay? I'm so tiny, you can see my fucking bones. You see that? You can see my fucking bones. You should not be able to see your bones, okay? That's how I know. You should not be able to see them bones. Oh, Richard Simmons. Let me look him up too. Richard Simmons. Oh, yep, he's definitely the dude equivalent. Definitely the dude equivalent. Fitness guru. Huh. Okay, I guess these are the people we're gonna be pulling up, huh? Good for them. Get down the pounds is crazy work. Crazy work. Huh. It's funny to think that that's, like, not that long ago, but at the same time, it feels so long ago, you know? It's what the internet does. I had something I was gonna say, and my brain disappeared. Oh, ad break in 30 seconds for my Twitch people. I've got this I don't know where this one came from. I'm staring at it in the view. I got this really nice ringlet today. I don't know where this shit came from. It's probably because I didn't brush my hair. I just washed it. No, I conditioned it. That's where it came from. I conditioned it today. That's why it looks like this. I have this really nice ringlet going right here. That's not even a tight one. Usually they get tighter than that, but the heat must have frizzed it. That's cute. Very cute. Oh, now I've done fucked it up. Now you can see all my bald spots. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Rachel needs Muzzle to lift her studio and bench press her weight. Literally, listen, even though we're bringing the tiny studio, not the tiny, I shouldn't call it that, the smaller studio, and I can lift most of those pieces, that doesn't mean that it's easy. It should be easy, you know what I mean? I'm on that retail exercise routine. Alas, my lunch break is almost over. Dadley, have a good shift. We'll see you on Wednesday, King. I'm sending you good energy. Have a good shift, Dadley. Thanks for stopping in, King. Aw, you guys make my night. I literally can't. You're like my favorite fucking people on the planet. There is, oh my god. Boy, I don't have a brain today, do I? I really don't. I was gonna say something, and now it's gone. Oh, there's, bye-bye. There's an audition that got posted recently. I get a few in the emails, right? And you're not like, some are public, some are not. But I love to see specs for like auditions, because they're always so interesting. They're always like, we're looking for these specific skills. And sometimes I wonder how they get sent to me. Like, I've had some sent to me that are like, are you like, because they're casting, the one that's public is they're trying to look for newcomers. We'll see if they actually get them. For like the next, you know how they convert the like romance, the cheesy romance, like what's the new one, Off Campus, right? And they're all like novels. They're like college aged novel romance stuff with like the girls, and they each have their own girls and boys. And they're casting one publicly, and they were like, oh, we're looking for like this age range, this whatever. And I was like, oh, I fit these specs. And then it was like a redhead. And I was like, interesting. I wonder if they'll find an actual redhead. Because of course I applied. Because I was like, listen, I've dyed my hair to ginger before. It can look real. I got Irish blood. But I sent in like headshots with the brown. So we'll see if they even take it into consideration, or if they're going for a natural redhead. It's always intriguing to me when things like that come forward. Because I'm like, and what's intriguing is they don't ask for videos. Like, it was just, it didn't even ask for a resume. It was just like headshots and where you're located. And I was like, that doesn't help you. None of that helps you. You know what I mean? Like, I guess a headshot helps you, sure. Or a selfie might help. But, like, you need a video or an audition or at least a resume to look at and try and, like, judge whether or not you think this person is going to be able to play whatever character you're going for. But it also did say no acting experience necessary. It's so funny to me. It's genuinely so funny to me when an audition says no acting experience necessary. I'm like, are you planning on coaching them while they're there? Or is this just saying that anyone can audition? Because I think you can very clearly just be like, anyone can audition, right? I think that's fine. I don't have any issues with anyone auditioning. But to explicitly say no acting experience necessary, I'm like, yeah, you can get that. You can get that. Your show's gonna be interesting. Your show's gonna be interesting. Now, if it's no film set experience necessary, or no, like, studio experience, or no, like, I know why they do it, but from an actor's perspective, it is interesting to hear those words from people when we're like, hey, this is our job, we trained for it. You know what I mean? I'm not explain that. I don't know how to, I don't know. It's very intriguing, but sometimes that's the way it goes. I just saw it the other day. I don't know what movie it's for. It was for like, it was one of those cheeky romance ones, but I have no idea, like, Also, what was also interesting is, and you'll see this on some things, because there's a lot of bias in all sorts of media. There was specifications on the girl and not the boy. So, like, the girl was like, this race, this height, this gender, this whatever. But then the male lead was just like, male lead. Like, no hair color, no race, no nothing. I was like, hold on now. You gonna cast a boy just because you think he hot. But the girl got, okay, I see. Like, I was watching, what is his name? I don't know if I remember his name. I was watching one of my YouTuber dudes review the Housemaid movie, and it was so funny because he was commentating. He was like, these are women that can act, and then this random man who they cast because he's hot, and that's it. And you know what? The standards of, like, back in the theater days of if you're a boy in theater, you get whatever role. You get, like, the lead, even if, because you're the only boy in theater. It stays true to modern day shit. It stays true. You get it just because you hot. Like, crazy work, man. Crazy work. But okay. I think we might start earlier today with some Directive 8020. Because I am a little curious on how it's going to go. But also because we have been having our lovely crashing issues. Where the whole game lags and crashes and has a heart attack. So I am thinking that we might start a little early, specifically in case it crashes, so that we won't be like going over time or trying to take forever or anything like that. So let me pull it up here. Alright. Directive 8020. I gotta put my hands on the keyboard. I'm sure we're gonna be doing running. And this might give us more time too to like see the other possible story choices, depending on when we get it done. So let's see. So where does our continue leave us? So much fur on this microphone, bro. Why don't I remember this? Oh, we were trying to get into the place that makes oxygen.
Good lord.
That's
this has
not
got
good.
to be why the scrubbers are damaged.
Uh-huh.
Anders. Substance is all over Hydro.
Has it reached the CO2 scrubbers?
It's everywhere.
Uh-oh.
Who's there?
Oh, he's just gonna come right out and fight us?
Identify yourself.
Uh-oh. Oh no! Motherfucking clones. Oh, it's about to quick time me so hard. Okay. Quick times. Lock in. Quick times.
Get behind me. Now!
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we're playing as Cernan. Oh no. I don't want Cernan dead. What the fuck? my god. Get to the ladder. Okay. You have 28.3k channel points. That's like 5 of the adults only redeems. Ryven, don't use them all in one sitting. That's all I can say, King. I think that guy needs a doctor. Just a little bit. Listen. No, you guys can't stop. I just turned on the game and you're gonna start redeeming this shit? Okay, hold on. Let me full cam. Hold on. Listen. I say don't redeem them all at once, and Dan, you have to do it. This minute? Oh my god. Alright, you guys know what you've signed up to. Y'all know you guys have literally signed up to the shit you hate, right? You ready? You ready for this? Alright. Dan, are you ready? I know. I do know what you've signed up for. I think Ryden's heard it before. I don't know if Dan's heard it before. Okay. You ready? You ready, King? You gotta consent. You have to consent in the chat before I do anything. You consent? Do you consent? Always ready for something? Alright. I've taken my sip of Pepsi. Let me make eye contact. You're gonna regret this. Let me make eye contact.
Thank you, Dan. That was so sweet of you. Oh, I hope you do that again sometime.
You're welcome! Congrats! Congrats on your redemption! Now you know why nobody redeems this, ever. I specifically have it to fuck with new people in the chat. I can do it twice more? Haha! Hi, Gavin. You probably have not been around when this has been redeemed. Thank you, Ryden. I specifically have this so we can fuck with new people. That's why it's so high. That's why it's like 5,000 channel points. Because it's there specifically to fuck with new people. I think someone sits on their points and is like, I will not redeem it. I refuse. I forget who it is. Yes, clap. But that is what you get. You get to a beautiful chat with me. You can also, I think when you submit it, you can write text with it. Yeah, because you said this minute, right? Yeah. So if you put like a sentence or something with it, I will say it in the sentence. When the creepy guy comes in during your workout streams, I will redeem it. Yes. No, you know what we should do? We should go full, like, and this is no hate, because sex work is work, shout out to the girlies, but we should go full hot tub streamer who gets banned on Twitch every couple of months because she's done something new that they didn't think they'd have to write a rule for, and now they have to write a rule because she did the shit. You know the ones with like the whiteboards behind them that have their like top gifter, top subscriber names and like a little wheel and like, you know, the barely anything, and they sit in the hot tub like this with like the glass chairs, and they have like a camera under the chair for their booty. We need to have like the whiteboard up that has like fake subscriber names on it. And so when they all come in, it all looks super legit. And then Dan, you just start redeeming them. And I'm just pointing to the whiteboard like, yes, our #1 subscriber. Everybody redeems it all at once. And we're just sitting there, ass out, fucking talking. That's funniest shit in my life. Oh my god, I would laugh so hard. Yes. You know what's funny too? I am on, I don't know if it's a subscription list or what it is. I'm on a couple of different rosters. I will not say which one, because you're not supposed to say which ones are which. There is one of them, there's actually a few, that do cast for NSFW, like 18 plus projects, right? Every time I see one come into my email, I go, is today the day? Should I just audition? Should I say fuck it? Unfortunately, they always come at a time when I don't have a chance to record. Or they'll come at a time when I can record, but when they want to, like the audition, but when they want to actually record the show, I will not be available. So one of these days, y'all, one of them's going to come in. I'm going to be able to audition. I'm going to be able to record during their time frame, and I'm going to fucking book that shit. I got invited to work on one of those games. Ryden, I know you were telling me about it at some point, but I didn't know if it went over super well, because I know we were having a little complications with it. But, like, and I've worked on them before. There's one, I don't know if my name's on it or not. Probably not. I don't usually put my name on them. There's one that's, I think it fell through. They're a lot harder to make than people think they are. Because not even just for bypassing shit, but quite literally just to make them. Because there's a lot of effort and a lot of work. Because you're working for a community who is its actual core people are very serious about what they do. Oh, there was a jam I did. It was the most popular game by far, but I deleted it. Oh, Ryden, no way! I don't think I'm in the server anymore. But back when it was in talks of becoming a real game and not just a demo, because usually what happens, and Ryden, you might know this, but for folks who don't, usually in game jams or demos or things like that, what will happen is there's no spicy content in your demo. Because your demo is your proof of purchase, your proof of concept, right? So your demo is meant to be like 16 plus. It's meant to be in the territory where it's like clothes on, but not spicy. So it's supposed to be intriguing enough that if you get people to back you on like Kickstarter or whatever it is, then you make your spicy. And oftentimes what they'll do is the same thing they do for animation, just regular ass animation, is they will, I forget what the term they use, but they'll get somebody to voice the version of it that is the pitch, that is the proof of concept. So they'll get folks like me or whoever to voice the non-spicy version in demos, the same way they get people that are not famous to voice animation pitches, and they'll then take those like real quick rough stuff, demos or pilots, right? They'll pitch them either on Kickstarter if they're indie or to studios if they're animations. Then if that gets picked up, they will hire completely new set of voice actors. Again, there's a term for it, and I can't remember what it is. In animation, there's not really a term for it in video games, but oftentimes that's the case. There have been a few where they're like, oh, if we get picked up, like, we'll bring you over. I have yet to have one be picked up, but I have had a few that offer, because apparently, like, I've never been able to jump into that side because they haven't been picked up. Apparently, I'm good at the beginning stages. That's all I can say, because I don't know about the rest of it. But most of the ones I work on are like, yeah, if it gets popped over, we'll pick you up. There was one that got relatively close, but I think she pivoted, and I won't say what it's from, just in case she does not want it out there. But she was an independent game developer. I think it's she, could be they, them. And she made a demo of a different, like, same genre of spicy, but the demos are like 16 plus. But she had already had a very famous spicy game. And I think she was trying to do like a different, same genre, but like different location. Like the first one was very, modern day techie. It was with like non-binary / masculine. And the one that I was in the demo for was like fantasy, like in a dungeon, classic style fantasy stuff. And it had much more gameplay. It was much more like less of a honey pop, right? Where you go click the thingies together now, nudie. And more of a like, no, you have to actually beat the fucking dungeon, then you can have it. And so she was trying to branch in that genre a bit, or that category, whatever you want to call it. But I think it did not pull through because she decided to make more content for her one that was already famous. But she had a very famous one. Because I remember when I sent that audition in, she was like, yeah, would you come? I make spicy content though, so are you comfortable being a part of that? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. It gets picked up. I'll do spicy content. And I'm Googling her. I'm like, I wonder what kind of spicy content she made. Like, do I know what this is? And I pull up her game and I go, oh, I know this game. I was like, yeah, this is a real bitch. She a real bitch. But it's fun because like if you know what you're doing, it's no different from other shit, right? It's just different context. But I love that. I love when I join somebody or I work with somebody or I do whatever, and then I Google them and then I go, oh, okay, all right. That's like, again, won't name names because you never know what people want. But I voice direct on projects as well, and there is one that I don't know how much of the cast is announced, but I am excited for it. It's going to be a great animation project. It is like a student thesis film, and I'm voice director for it. And I'm in here like, okay, we'll set up sessions. Well, I'm also an actor in it, and we're setting up voice sessions, and I get in these voice sessions, and I'm like, boy, I feel like I know these names of these people in here, but we're doing the voice sessions. It's great. It's whatever. We're done with the couple voice sessions. I go on, because they all dropped their socials, because I was like, I like to follow people. I pull up their socials. I'm like, sorry. I sound like a fucking Canadian. The rest of your cast has worked on like, what's the word? Like fucking, I'm trying to think of an equivalent because I don't want to give the actual show away. The rest of your cast has worked on like Beyblade. Like this is the energy. This is the rest of the cast is like, we've been insert named character, not extra number 2. Insert named character on like a show equivalent to Beyblade for like the past 3 years, and I'm sitting here like, and I'm a member of this cast. You put me in here, like it's one of those things where I was simultaneously, because I was not just a cast member. I'm not just voicing a character. I also was directing. And it's one of those things where the imposter syndrome hits so hard because I'm like, oh, fuck me. Like, but I'm also, honored that that's one of those things that I try to remind myself, and I remind other people too, that when you've got folks who genuinely care about their product and genuinely care about what they make, they aren't looking at you for your credits, right? Because there I am, sitting there with these people who are in actual fucking anime. And it was one of those things where I'm like, sometimes your actual talent will speak for itself, and your personality will speak for itself. So that was some crazy to Google those people. This game I was invited to wasn't just spicy, it was a particular flavor. Okay, right then. So you were doing on like some sort of kink shit. There's actually a really famous, I shouldn't call him famous. Maybe that's not the word I'm looking for. But I don't want to call him notorious because I've not heard anything bad about working with him, so I don't know. But there is a guy who pretty frequently, I think the niche he does, if we're going to talk in the genre, I think the niche he does is super size. So like gigantic ladies, and you want to be like crushed and shit. And those will often come up. I'll recommend people Casting Call Club all the time. Casting Call Club does have NSFW auditions. I think you can filter it out, but honestly, I don't even know. If I pull it up, let me see. They're supposed to label them. That much I know. Whether or not they actually do, it is what it is. But there's a guy who frequently will post on there, or at least he used to all the time. I don't use the website too much anymore, so I'm not super sure. But there was a guy who would frequently make like the supersize stuff. And I was like, he wasn't just like, I'm making this for my own shit, because you do have to be careful of those people. He paid actors. He had like links to his actual work. He's like, here's the previous, comics or whatever it is. And I was like, I mean, more power to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I personally, the only thing where I'm like, is non-con. I'm very much like, ooh, I would prefer if we don't have any non-con. Especially, I don't want to be involved in the non-con. I don't know about that. But otherwise, I'm like, get your shit. You know what I mean? Like what you like, enjoy what you do, as long as you're professional about it. I don't know. There's nothing that throws me crazy for a loop. My other thing is like, if you're going to be directing for something like that, like to me, that's different from regular voice directing. Like, I would not direct a project like that until I had experience working on a project like that. Because I wouldn't do. It's very funny because a lot of it wants to do solo submissions, which a lot of indie projects do because they don't know live direction, they've never done live direction, etc., where you record it by yourself and then you send takes in, right? But for me, I actually think that if you're doing spicy material, you should not be doing solo submissions. You should have a professional there who knows what they want to hear and can keep it professional, like directing you. Which sounds crazy. And to most people, they're like, that sounds uncomfortable as fuck. And guess what? If it sounds uncomfortable as fuck, that's not work you should be doing. You know what I mean? But like, if you solo submission it, you're going to have such a hard time, in my personal opinion, because the majority of spicy work is sound noises, right? There's context in quote, but there's not really context. It's barks. It's a lot of like just effect noises, and you need direction when you're doing effect noises. Screams and laughs and cries in regular work is already incredibly difficult to do by yourself. So like the types of noises that spicy work requires to also have no context, you need a director there. 1,000,000% you need a director there. As a programmer, I often don't care about the content of the project. Obviously, I want to have fun making the systems, but the subject matter is mostly irrelevant. Yeah, Ryan, that is a very good point. Because I feel like the programmer end of it really, like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, you're focusing on the areas of, like, they input this, X equals Y, right? If X, then Y. If they do this, then this occurs. It leads to this, which does this, or triggers that, or shows this, or does whatever. So the actual things, like the context of what it triggers, or what it shows, or whatever it is, wouldn't really affect your side of the game development, you know? So I can see that. I can absolutely see that. I'm curious. I wonder if I'm tagged. I have not logged into Itch.io in a long time, but I'm pretty sure the game I'm thinking of is on Itch.io. I want to see if I'm tagged in it, on whether or not, because I thought it was a pretty good game, even if it never popped on pass. A lot of my stuff on Itch.io is pretty chill. I love working with game people. You know, Rythan. I love working with game designers and shit. It's the best thing ever. Oh, well, apparently I can't log in because I must change my password at some point. So I guess we're not going to check. Unless I know my... Do I know my profile name? Oh, wow, that's the old profile picture. Damn. That's the old headshot. Okay. We need to be changing that. Oh, it's from so long ago. I haven't done a video game in so long. I need to put me in more video games. I haven't done it in so long. Oh, it is on here. Okay. So the game I'm talking about is on my Itch.io. It's Love and Conquest. Which again, I had hella fun doing. And I would be down to continue in any sort of game like that, to be honest with you. But I got to do the demo. It was a 7-day game jam. 7-day game jam. By Jenny V. Pham. And she is the creator of, I think it's Error 103? Is it Error 143? Which is a very famous, like, spicy visual novel style game. And so I had seen that when she let me join, and I was like, oh girl, you know what the hell you're doing. Okay. Shout out her. She was very nice to work with. She does great work. And if Love and Conquest ever becomes a real game, hopefully I can continue to voice that character because she was fire. It was a lot of fun. You can't find it. It's on my Itch.io account, which here, I think I can put links in my chat. There you go. A lot of these games were, I mean, every game is fun to work on. But I remember that one being very good. That one was quite enjoyable. I think it's a browser game. I also love being a dating sim. So Your Lucky Charm I have so far up on my list because I fucking love, like, and Arya's Choice. I love doing dating sims, man. Both of those games were fabulous to be a part of. I can't believe I like playing a what's the word I'm looking for? Playing a love interest in Your Lucky Charm and then getting to play the lead for Arya's Choice was fantastic. Absolutely so much fun. I gotta voice in more games. I really gotta get into that game jam. Maybe I can do the October one this year. We'll find out. Right, then we should team up. We should team up and make a game for Spooktober. And we should fucking win. Do they have limits on their team? Would I have to, like, technically be not part of the team and just be like a voice actor like I hired? I know a lot of game jams have team member limits. We should definitely make one, though. I'm sure I could get an artist in our crew. We had 20 plus members? Okay! I love to hear that. Right? Yeah. You know what? We should. I'm super hella busy, but it would depend on how busy you are. Because my availability doesn't really matter. Because all I'm doing is the voice acting, you know what I mean? But if you're, because we'd have to be in what, September? Because October is when it is due. So it'd have to be in September. Huh. I'll think about concepts. Because I think it would be, I know we had that concept at one point. Where it was September 1st to the 1st. Okay, got it. I know we had we had a couple concepts when you and I were chatting. We had that one about, like, what if you're the tsundere and you don't know? And how would that work and that kind of thing. There's a lot of different things we could choose. You know what would be really fun? This is just throwing out more ideas. Have you ever read a book when you were a kid called Skeleton Creek? They were these teen/kid horror books where you would read a couple of chapters and then you would get a link to a website that would give you, this is back in the old days of the internet, you would get a link to a website and on that link would be a singular video. And it would be shot as if somebody, like, recorded on their own little, like, vlog camera, like a handheld vlog. Kind of like, what's the one where they go in the woods? I don't know. But kind of like they're recording themselves. And it would be the two protagonists, like, recording themselves going into, like, I think the one that we read was, like, a sawmill, right? An abandoned sawmill. And the scary stuff would happen on the video. Hey, hi, Brianna. What do you say? What did you say? Yes, fucking scary videos. Yes, okay. So Brianna and I read these as kids at book club, Skeleton Creek, and you would read it. You get a few chapters of, like, oh, we went to this, so and so, like A and B went to this abandoned sawmill and spooky stuff happened, and then you would get a video of these two, like, actors, but you would think they're the kids, A and B, going to the sawmill, and the next chapter is a video. It's no longer text. It's just the, like, 4-minute video of, like, the giant sawmill turning on by itself and screams being heard, and you see them running away, and the camera drops in the field. And then the written chapter would pick up after that video. So it was really terrifying, and it was excellent showcase of, like, children's horror, because it's not actually scary. If we go back and watch it now, it's not terrifying, right? But it was so well done, integrating this medium with written text and doing it in this, like, format. Andrew, you do not need to, don't log into itch.io, don't create anything. That's a game platform. I was putting that down for Rythan, so Rythan could look at the game if he wanted to. But don't worry about it, Andrew. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But it would be interesting. The reason why I brought it up is because it would be interesting to create. So there are a few games, because I guess Inscription kind of does it, right? Because at some point in Inscription, it switches to the literal actor in the room. Hello, thank you for following, Sir Vide Cider. How do you pronounce your name, my friend? What would you like to be called? Can I call you Cider? Welcome. How are you? But like Inscription at the end has that part where you go into like real life and you get videos of the guy in real life with the physical game like bearing it and growing crazy, right? So it'd be cool if we created a game, Rythan, for Spooktober with those elements of like you think you're playing a game, but there's real like, because I could be the actor, right? And do all the physical stuff, which would be really fun. That could be fun. Hey, Cider works. Awesome. Cider, how are you, my friend? What's up? How is life? We're going to be playing Directive 8020 in a little bit here. I'm not sure what chapter we're on. We're getting towards the medium end. But we're kind of chatting about video games and stuff and Spooktober Game Jam and all that kind of jazz. That notification is for followers, Brianna. Cider, I hardly know her. It's so funny. Yeah, we have a lot of puns nowadays. I forget about all the puns we have. Can I narrate that spooky game? Andrew, I hate to break this to you. I don't know if you can. I feel like we'd bring you could be maybe the monster. The monster's a little bit easier to do vocal tone wise. Narration is hard as hell. Because narration, you have to have this balance of like being dramatic without being overly dramatic. There's a reason I don't do audiobooks. Because no bitch wants to listen to me narrate, okay? Nobody. They're hard. Doing pretty good. Met you at Indie Comic Con during the VA stand. No way, Cider! Cider, did you get your audio? Is that why you joined us tonight? I just sent it out literally like a few minutes before we started stream today. Cider, hello! Welcome to the community, my friend. We play a bunch of video games on here. You did! Yay! I hope you liked it, Cider! We have a bunch of folks from previous Comic Cons that I've done. Andrew's actually from Anime Ohio, which I'm going to in a few weeks. Rythan's a lovely friend we met through game jams and all sorts of things. There's a few other folks too. But welcome. We play some video games on here. Kind of a variety of games. We had finished Resident Evil Requiem, the new Resident Evil, before I left for those conventions. And now we're playing Directive 8020. Which is like if you know what Until Dawn is, and or the Dark Pictures Anthology, this is their latest game where we are trapped on like a spaceship and crash into this like alien planet, and this organism, this organic, one of the characters keeps saying organic like 20 million times, material is like cloning the people and trying to take over the ship. So where we just left off, and we're going to pick up in a second, is we are trying to escape and hide from these clones and these disgusting, one of them got out of clone body and is now like a alien amalgamation. Terrifying, bro. But it's a lot of fun. And you don't super need context, so you're more than welcome to stay and as we play with us tonight. But feel free to peace out or lurk whenever you need. It's good to see you. I would discount movie theaters movie phone. 20s is still a habit memorized. Discount movie theater movie phone? That's a long, if it was in your 20s, that's a long time ago, Andrew. I'll brainstorm some fourth wall break ideas for Spook. Yeah, totally, Rythan. And Rythan, you know how much I forget everything. Feel free to fully just be like, we're not gonna do that. And don't worry about it, because you know I'll forget, right? So it's no big deal on whether or not we end up creating one, don't end up creating one. If you want to, don't want to, it's all good. There's never a commitment, King. Don't worry about it. Never a commitment until we sign a waiver, okay? Until we sign a little contract in the sand, don't worry about it, alright? Okay. I don't know why this is the accent we've picked, but I do love me this accent, okay? Alright. Okay. Let me pop back over to the game. We can still chit chat. Please feel free to still chit chat and put things in the chat. I will pause when it's not a cutscene and I'll talk to y'all because y'all know I love to talk. I love to talk. You are the priority more than the game. And we're actually quite ahead in this game because I think we're going to finish it on Wednesday. And then we'll have Monday and Wednesday of next week to play other games or do new stuff. $3 movies, we got Titanic after it left the big theaters and all the Harry Potter films for $3. That's wild. $3 is crazy, dude. What? I live in a time of $3. What would happen if someone redeemed another adult time? Dan, do not redeem another adults only channel points. We've just had a new person join us. Don't do this. Don't terrify them right away. Give them a chance. Don't use those redeems. Come on. I had the honor of building the Spooktober sponsorship page. No way! Ryden, that's amazing. Congrats. I mean, I knew you were good at your work, but damn, you must be good at your work, Ryden. Yes, next time, Dan. Wednesday, it's fair game. You want to bust one out on Wednesday? I'll let you bust one out on Wednesday. Adult time, what did I miss? Andrew, there's a channel point redeem that is adults only. And, some folks like to redeem it to scare our new people. Because I talk to people in an adults only way if you redeem it. So, and then I have some folks who sit on it because they're like, ew, nasty, taking off headphones, gross. But that's what started this spiral, is because we were talking, after Dan redeemed it, we were talking about spicy games. And then moved on to horror games. Brianna, you can't redeem that. What the fuck? Brianna, you can't redeem that. I don't know what the fuck any of this is. Brianna, you can't redeem that. You're not allowed. We're ignoring that. Brianna's not allowed. For anybody who doesn't know, Brianna's my fucking sister. She's not allowed. She's allowed to redeem lore time. Lore time's allowed. Yes, lore time's allowed. She's not. It was the most ooh-woo I have ever heard. Oh, yeah. Oh, Dan, it gets big ooh-woos out. It gets big crazy ooh-woos out, okay? That's exactly why my sister cannot redeem it. She's not fucking allowed. Not allowed. Anybody else is allowed. Man, she's not allowed. Oh, Lord help me. Brianna, stop clicking buttons. Stop clicking buttons and go to bed. She's out here clicking my buttons on Twitch like she knows what they are. I'm surprised you found the subscribe button, Brianna. Oh, Lord. It ain't that late. Your bitch ass watches old movies and goes to bed at like 9 p.m. What you talking about? I'm surprised. Surprised you ain't in bed already. Oh, Lord. This turned into after hour with the shoe off? My bird is still up? Your bird should be in bed. Your bird's supposed to go to bed at 8 p.m. Hello? Are you in there hanging with Tiki? And that's why you're chatting with me right now? She got a bird, y'all. You tell her that? Nah, that bitch don't listen to me. She got a bird with attitude. That whore don't listen to me. Yes, you're in there? That's hysterical. But bird is the word that you've heard. It's got groove, it's got meaning. Bam, 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 bam. Unfortunately, Andrew, I do know this old-timey reference because when you are a child in the theater, there are exactly 3 musicals you do. No other musicals. There's 3 and 3 alone. And one of those, unfortunately, is Grease. I hate Grease with every fiber of my being. I would burn it down and have no one ever be allowed to do it again if I could. So unfortunately, I do know bird is the word because they love that music in Grease. Yes, Brianna was Rizzo. I was Jan. Was I in that one twice? I was in a couple of them twice because, again, when you're a kid in theater, you're only allowed to do so many productions because only so many productions will put parents in the seats and give you ticket funding money. I was in Willy Wonka twice. I was in fake High School Musical. And Beauty and the Beast. Yep. Yep, I was in Beauty and the Beast too. Was I in Beauty and the Beast twice? I don't know. There's another one I was in twice besides Willy Wonka. I want to say it was Grease, but I don't know the other character. Oh, I think the Grease and High School Musical. No, it was Hairspray and High School Musical that were mashed up together. What the fuck did I do? I did a lot. I've been doing it since I was 4. Yes, Brianna, we're well aware. Brianna was Rizzo. She joined my shit, okay? She joined my theater, okay? And they made her the spicy bed girl. Beauty and the Beast, I was Salt and Pepper. You know how everybody in Beauty and the Beast is like a fork or a knife? I don't know if I was salt or pepper, but I was one of them. I was either salt or pepper. I did not do Annie, but I was almost Annie. They were going to throw me in as one of the other orphans when I did not book Annie. And I am very, how do I put this? Even from when I was little, I think this is very clear to clock. I think all of you will realize this and have no doubts. Even when I was little in theater, I have always had spunk, I guess is the word to put it. And if I don't want to do a role, I don't do the show. And I stand by that. I stand by that idea. I stand by that concept. Fuck team player and all that shit. Fuck you. So when I didn't get Annie, and they were like, oh, we're going to give you a different orphan. I was like, hell nah. Fuck you. I ain't playing no other orphan. So I didn't do the show. Turns out my little instincts were right because that director, whoo-wee, he got some drama on him, bro. They like fired him out of that show. It was crazy. Cause he like abusing kids and shit. I was like, damn, good thing I didn't do it. I did that for Into the Woods once, where I was like, I'm only interested in this character. They're like, we'll give you this character. And I was like, no. Cause I don't play those games. Cause I'm like, why? If you are, here's the thing. Cause everybody has like team player mindset, right? And like, yes, if you're doing like a summer camp, right? You get a role, you have a team player, there's no small parts, etc., etc., etc. But once you start getting old enough to where you are doing a show more seriously, because even Annie, I think I was like 8 years old or something. But by that point, I've been doing theater for like 4 years. And so I was like, no, this is a real show where like we would have been getting paid as kids. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to spend my time and my money and my energy on something I don't want to do. So that's just kind of what I stuck with. And I was like, not interested. But, oh no. Andrew, get your grease lighting off my shit. Get it out of here. Get your grease lightning off my chest. Andrew, how do you blaspheme? You are such a blasphemer. First you want the cold and now you're singing grease lightning? Absolutely not. I will say, the one and only thing which I am genuinely for, is I like John Travolta's performance in the movie, specifically with the ending song, where he's like, I got chills, hair multiplying, and he like does that little thing back here. Now obviously that's in my pitch, not his pitch. But he does that like, and I'm woo. He does that specifically, and that alone, I'm like, okay, I will allow this. But any performer who doesn't do that in their fucking portrayal of whatever the fucking Danny Zuko or whatever his name is, that's the only way you are allowed to play that. And if I get to the end of the thing and I've sat through this horrible musical and you don't do that for the I got chills, I will murder everyone there. Because you made me sit through it and you don't give me the only good part? Absolutely not. Besides Grease, what are the 2 gems you love? Do you want, because I don't like Grease, are you insinuating I should give you 2 others I hate, or do you actually want musicals I like? Yeah, I will say, like, but to me, the John Travolta thing where he's like, I got chills, and he does that, hair multiplying, where he does that thing, is the equivalent of doing Little Shop of Horrors in the woman's Audrey voice in the movie. Like, if you go to sing Seymour, and you don't go like, suddenly Seymour, and you go from like, if you don't do that in your performance, you've done it wrong. And you fucked up Little Shop of Horrors, and you've made the whole show awful. Now, Little Shop of Horrors I do like in general, but I'm very specific on my Audreys. If you're playing Audrey, who I would love to play one day, although she's a little bitch, I'd love to play her. If you're playing Audrey, you have to do the flip that comes from the movie version, where she quite literally is like, what's the exact wording? She goes, do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think she's a famous lady, and I don't know her name. She does the, like, it is, Seymour's my friend, and goes, like, down, and does the big, like that, God tier. If you don't do that, you're wrong, and that's the end of the conversation. Hack Rachel's written down for Travolta and Audrey, quite literally. Personally, I'm not a fan of musicals, but there are a few exceptions. Yeah, hey, there's exceptions for everybody. Let me be very clear. I know a lot of people who don't think they're fans of musicals, and then I'll go, oh, have you heard a Hamilton song? They'll go, oh yeah, I didn't mind 1 or 2 of those. So you might not like the whole show. You might not like theater, but you might like a song. You know what I mean? Because then it's just music. And that's totally fine. As San Diego Comic-Con Grease Lightning belts out of her phone, I would kill a man. Let me be clear. I would kill a man. I completely love K-pop Demon Hunters. Point made, right, Dan? Exact point made. Like, that's a musical, but it's something that really sticks with you and vibes with you. I've not seen it. People tell me I should see it. I don't think I'm gonna care for it. I think it'll go into my perfectly fine musical list. Because it's not my taste. I'm sure the music will be great, and I'm sure I'll go, that was a good movie. But I think that's gonna be it. I don't think it's gonna go into my, like, oh my goodness, I love this. Just because it's not my genre. Although there are things that, in quotes, aren't my genre that I do love. And Andrew, you wanted other ones that I hate. So I hate Grease. And Grease 2 is included in that. Both of them suck balls. I hate them. The movies, the stage musicals, all of it. I hate... This one's a little bit specific. I guess that's my middle finger. I shouldn't use that. This one's a little bit specific. In, like, 2023 or something like that, they made a staged musical version of one of the best animated movies, possibly one of the best movies ever made, which is Prince of Egypt. They made a stage musical version. Prince of Egypt literally has so much potential to be one of the greatest stage musicals ever made, like Lion King level, Phantom of the Opera level. And they fucked it up so badly that I cannot hear Prince of Egypt stage musical uttered without wanting to fucking slaughter everybody in the room. So that's one of them. And it's not because the musical itself is garbage. It's because of what they did when trying to translate something that's fucking incredible. All the songs that affected your playlist from K-pop Demon Hunters. Love that for you, Dan. Yes, Andrew. So, Andrew, the one in London that literally premieres, like, July 31st or something like that. Like, it premieres in a little bit. That I was literally considering spending $2,000 just to fly out and see. Is one of my favorites, which is Death Note the musical. It's the first ever English stage production of that fucking musical, like full stage production. Hey, Kawaii Cuddler, thanks for following. How are you, my friend? What's up? We will be playing Directive 8020 when we stop talking about musicals. But right now, I've been asked what musicals I hate and what my favorites are, and so now I'm invested. But how are you? What's up? Yes, it's Death Note, Andrew. There's a stage musical. Stage musical is fucking awesome. Agreed, Prince of Egypt was great. Yes, Prince of Egypt is literally one of the best movies ever made, and they fucked it up on stage, which makes me very upset. So Grease, the stage Prince of Egypt, and if I had to pick another musical that I viscerally hate with every fiber of my being, what musical? Because there are some where I'm like, I'll go see it. There are some where I'm like, I would not buy a ticket for it, but if somebody came to me and said, I really like this musical, I know you like theater, will you come see this show with me, that I would go see it. But there are some that, like, even if somebody came to me and gave me the ticket for my birthday, I'd be like, you have to give this to someone else because I fucking hate this musical. What would it be? There's definitely more. But off the top of my head... Doing good, thank you. I'm glad to hear it, Kawaii Cuddler. The favorites for musicals? Okay, if I think of the other ones I hate, I will let you know. My favorites are Death Note the musical. We're talking about this first ever English premiere, right? Have you seen Beetlejuice the musical? Yes, I have. I got to see the Broadway tour. It was fantastic. We love Beetlejuice the musical in this house. That's a good one. That's a fire one. I've only seen 2 shows on Broadway itself. So I saw the Broadway tour of that. I've seen 2 shows on Broadway. I've seen Hadestown, which was a decent musical, and I understand why it's everybody's favorite. It's not my genre, but it's good. Like, there's no denying Hadestown is good. It's just not my thing. And I saw The Grey House, which is not a musical, but is a horror play, because y'all know horror is my shit, and horror doesn't happen on theater, which was also very good. And I saw 6 on the West End, which is London's Broadway, essentially. 6 was okay. Again, I would put 6 under Hadestown because there's not much, I don't want to say much thought, but it's very much a concert. It's not really a show. And then I saw Pantomime in Ireland, I think. Jealous? Oh, Kawaii Cuddler. Beetlejuice is amazing. And I highly recommend totally not looking up slime tutorials of it if you haven't seen it. Andrew, for favorites, I literally have like a top 3 or 4. I think I have 4, and they're not ranked in any particular order. They're all even at the top. Death Note the musical, Hunchback of Notre Dame the stage musical, Nerdy Prudes Must Die, and there's for sure a 4th one. There's definitely a 4th one, and I cannot think of what it is. Nope, can't think of what it is. But those are the big 3 that I can think of. Those are my big 3. I have seen Cats. Yes, I've seen the bootleg of Cats, or the slime tutorial of Cats. Not a bootleg, what? It was okay. I didn't mind it. And I've seen the movie. I don't mind it. It's meh. Not my thing. I forgot about slime tutorials. That's literally how I watched Beetlejuice and Heathers. Yes, Heathers is good. I've seen Mean Girls. Seen Into the Woods, right? All these stuff. I would not be in Into the Woods. Into the Woods I don't hate, but I try not to watch it, and I try not to be a part of it. It is not my thing. I know some people swear by it, and not my thing, bro. Yes, Death Note is in the anime, Gavin. There's a stage musical, and it's fucking amazing. And I'm a ride or die for it. I've just finished the last extraordinary hefty episode of CR. If you'd like to talk, always Theta. Theta, give me your thoughts on the last episode of Critical Role came before. Deer in Headlights? What do you mean, Andrew? Oh, because I couldn't remember it? Yes. There's a 3rd one, and I really don't. What's interesting is I really love Newsies. I will say I really love Newsies. I actually, surprisingly, the Frozen stage musical is excellent. The Frozen stage musical is really well done. There's something that, how I can kind of tell if a musical is going to be good, Not always, but a lot of the times one of the signs of a musical being adapted from a movie into a good stage production is they will add in songs. And so Hunchback of Notre Dame and Frozen and not Newsies, I don't think. But those two both have songs that were added. Hunchback is a huge ton. But Frozen has a song that Elsa sings that is added into the stage musical. And it's by far the best song in the entire album. Like, it's way better than anything in the movies. And it is a fantastic song. She literally talks about, like, should she kill herself? Like, what is she the bad guy? Like, so much. And it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So the Frozen musical is actually very good on stage. Newsies is good. I really like, so I will watch bootlegs of certain shows. And I will go and see shows. I'm actually a big fan of going to see shows that aren't necessarily like super professional tours. So community theaters, children's theater, teens theater. I don't usually go children's theater because that's a little young. But like teenager high school theater, like I saw Mean Girls High School, Newsies High School. I really, really enjoy productions like that because you get what theater is supposed to be, which is people loving their life, right? And people giving their all and people really trying. Just because they might not be good or they might not be professional does not mean they don't care. And so I love high school theater and community theater because I like to watch people care. There's nothing I like more in the world than watching people care. And so I love productions like that. I've seen a lot of productions like that. But yeah, so those are some of my favorites. I like Sweeney Todd the movie. Same kind of with Little Shop. Little Shop's a little better on stage. I like Sweeney Todd the movie. I don't care for Sweeney Todd on stage. Sweeney Todd on stage, I think is kind of boring. I'm gonna be honest. Sweeney Todd on stage, I think is kind of boring. The movie with Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter is fantastic. I've seen Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll and Hyde's pretty chill. Hey, Fox Daddy, how are you, King? What's up? What's up? How's life? The reason why we're not playing the game yet is because we got me talking about musicals. And so now I'm talking about musicals, which you know I'm never going to stop. Theta, you talking about Critical Role, you said in no particular order. I appreciate Baudelaire's kindness to Misha and giving him full access to the black box. Yes, 100% Baudelaire, 100%. That thing with Baudelaire was incredible. Drunk as a skunk on Mind Wine. Yes! God, Talison's a genius, and I can't wait to see Talison with Julian talking shit about the Aussie. I'm so excited, bro. Yeah, Brianna, that's hysterical. Because she's tired. Let Tiki sleep. She has a routine. I'm going to go to sleep now. Have a good rest of the stream. Good night, Dan. It was so good to see you, King. See you on Wednesday. Of course you are. Yeah. Fox Daddy, this is who I am. If you get me started on musicals, I'm going to talk for the next 20 years. Theater's my shit. I saw... What did I see? What was it called? Oh, I've seen some of the controversial ones. I've not seen all of the controversial ones because I'll be honest, I don't give a fuck. When you're like studying theater and you're studying these crafts, you're supposed to go watch and read the history of all these historical like really big plays. And I get why, right? You should know the craft you're in and what's come before you and how people work. The Mind Wine was Brennan, I think, but your point stands. Yes. I don't, because I don't give a fuck. And that's really weird to say. But I saw, like, my college did a couple of different productions. They did Guys and Dolls. Guys and Dolls was very fun. They did the very controversial one, which I cannot think of the name. Carousel or something? No, not Carousel. Carnival, something like that. The one where it's, like, an allegory for, like, the Holocaust and Nazism. And it's really like disturbing in an abstract way. I didn't care for it. There's a lot of controversy around it. People who fight for all sorts of directions of it. It still gets done and produced by everybody and their mother. And I can't speak to the controversy because I am not a person of color and I'm not Jewish. So I have no commentary on whether or not you should be dressing up like Nazis and using slurs. That's a whole different conversation. Sound of Music still gets done. People love the Sound of Music. But I'm not a big abstract person. I am not a big, like, allegory I don't mind. But abstract is not really my thing. However, I know we've talked about this before. There is a singular play. There's only one performance of an abstract show that I've ever seen and thought was fucking fantastic. And that is a Bertolt Brecht play, who is the king of abstract for many, many reasons. And usually his shit is hella fucked up. But I saw his like Holocaust, not Holocaust, is probably not the best word, like mafia-based Nazi play. And the group who did it was so fucking good at it. That's the only one I've seen I actually liked. I got a chance to do commentary for a local women's professional football game. Incredible, Fox Daddy! Applause, king! That's amazing! Theta, you remember what it was called? Theta, you're a king. You're a fabulous person. Yes, The Resistible Rise of Arturo Ui. Yes, that's exactly what it was. Thank you, Theta. One of it's the only good productive and abstract show I've ever seen. And I tend not to watch them in the first place because I don't really like them. But I love older stuff like that. So I went, and the group is very good. So I went to see it, and it was fantastic. I'm not a big modern play person either, which I like, and I know that's like blasphemy. Not a big modern theater person. I like me some Shakespeare. I like me some classics. I just think people fuck them up. Foxy, congratulations, by the way, on your commentary. How did it go? Do you know? And when you say football, do you actually mean like soccer? Or was it a real women's football team? I'm hitting a wall on these fourth wall break ideas. Okay, first of all, the pun's hysterical. I love it. Fantastic. And second of all, no worries, Rylan. It's all good, King. It's just something I threw out there because I want to get back into doing game jams because I love them so much. But don't worry about it, King. It's all good. It's all good. Hipster? Yeah. Well, so I don't mind. Let me not lie. I don't mind modern theater, and I want people to innovate, and I want people to create, and we need indie stuff, and we should be supporting it, not just doing all the big name shit. Same thing with movies and TV and whatever. However, I think sometimes indie folk can be very pretentious in the work that they make and the stories they think they're telling. It's not always the case, and some people just create, right? Like we wouldn't have Hamilton. We wouldn't have Epic. We wouldn't have all these incredible shows if people didn't just create and we invest our time and money into them. So I want all that. It's just, I have seen a few modern stuff where I'm like, feels very, and pretentious isn't even the right word. It feels like you're pulling on things that you don't know why you're pulling them. I think that's a big thing for me is I'm like, I want you to have an answer as to why you're doing everything you're doing. Now, unlike your, junior year English teacher, I don't care if the answer is because I like the color blue, so they're blue. That's fine. That's an answer. I have no issue with what the answer is. But I don't ever want you to be like, oh, I don't really know. Excuse me? This is your piece. You need to have an answer. There needs to be a reason. And again, the reason could be in the moment it felt right. If you're doing something improv, that's fine, right? Because it felt like this, or it felt in this way, or felt whatever. Or when crafting the character, we changed it, right? But not having an answer, and a lot of modern folk do not have answers to why they're doing something, which can be really stifling in theater, because also you're kind of stuck to a script, right? And you have to do whatever way it's written, and blah, 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 blah. I will give that to modern stuff. A lot of modern playwriters will specifically not write in character specifications. You can cast whoever you want. They won't write in set. Like, they'll go full Shakespeare. So one of the reasons I love Shakespeare is because there are no set directions. There is no blocking. There is nothing. He gives you nothing. But it works in doing it again and again and again, because you can do whatever the fuck you want, and you're not stuck to this image, which I really like. Fox Daddy said, I messed up a bunch of names, but they love me and want me to do the next game, and it is American football. No way. Okay, first of all, shout out to the women's football team. Let's fucking go, Queens. And secondly, I'm so glad you get to go back, Daddy, or Fox Daddy. That's amazing. You should make a little sheet of all the names and make sure you get like pronunciations, because they might be impressed next time if you got all the names right. I'm so very happy for you. Ryven, I could use some persistent variables to create some fun interactions. A lot of times people will make a choice in a VN just to see what happens and then reload a save. A persistent variable could track that they made that choice even if they load from before the save. Ooh, that's a cool idea, Ryven. Like Sans, when you have to fight him multiple times and every time you refight him, he remembers that you fight him and died. That would be cool. Indie creators can be very pretentious, especially if they make hits big. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't vibe with that mindset. I want to see people create, and I want to see people run with it. I don't want you, and I want you to believe in it, but I don't want you to see it as the only thing. You know what I mean? Exactly. Okay, Ryder, I'm glad we're thinking on the same page. Daddy said, I really appreciate your distinction between the story they're telling and the story they think they're telling. Your ultimate complaint seems to be lack of intentionality and referentiality for the sake of referentiality, unmoored from reality. Yes. Theta, yeah, that's a beautiful way to put it, is the story they're telling and the story they think they're telling, right? There's a big difference between, like, and it's one of the reasons that I think so many people love campy musicals. It's the same thing I say all the time when I'm talking about shows and TV shows and movies. If you know what you're getting into, you know what to expect, you can create an incredible piece of work. If I know when I go to see Rocky Horror Picture Show, if I know this show, I know I'm going to sit down where everybody's going to yell in the theater. They're going to throw shit at the screen. They're going to run around and dance as the people on the stage move. They're going to talk back to like, if I know that's what I'm headed into, then the musical's fucking incredible because it's doing that on purpose. If I'm walking into your Shakespeare play and you are reciting, and that's a bad example. Let me go to the controversial one that I don't remember the name of. That's like allegory for Nazism and stuff. If you're putting on that production and you don't have the story you're telling, you're like, oh, well, the reason people tell this story, no. What's the reason you're putting it on? Why are you choosing to tell it? Why is your version different? I might hate it. I might walk in those doors and go, whoa, I did not sign up for this shit. Holy, I don't like this. But if you are very clear with like, no, I wanted it to be gory. I wanted them to stare you down because we are currently living in this society of this play, and this play was written back in fucking 1939, and we're still living in it. And I want that to be so clear that it makes you want to vomit and leave the fucking show. If that's your goal, then I better fucking see it. I better leave the theater because of how absolutely disgusting and brazen you are. But don't put on the show and then go, yeah, it just really speaks to our times, you know, and we deal with some of these issues currently and just felt like, you know, this was kind of the way to go. No. Sit down in that chair and go, I put this on to say fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I need to see that you know what you're doing. Whether it's camp for the sake of camp, whether it's I'm being so political and egregious, whether it's I don't like the other interpretations I've seen, and I want this to be about heart and soul. Like, their interpretations of Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet is one of my most hated plays, and it's Shakespeare. And I fucking hate it. I hate one more than that, which is As You Like It, I think. No, it's whatever no, Taming of the Shrew. I fucking hate Taming of the Shrew. But I really hate Romeo and Juliet, which is crazy because people know I love Shakespeare. And Romeo and Juliet's not even a comedy. It's a drama, so you'd think it'd be on my list of likes, even though I don't care for comedy. I hate Romeo and Juliet because people... Oh my god, Fox Daddy, you're talking about Romeo and Juliet. I didn't even read that. Maybe that's why Shakespeare can be adopted as any genre. That live-action Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio worked. Okay, so Fox Daddy, this is crazy that you said that, because it's gonna fully come full circle with what you said. Reason why I hate Romeo and Juliet, 99.9% million of the time, it's because people have a single interpretation of it. Yeah, it's so funny that you said that. Even in acting school, and I don't mean like, oh, I'm in, you know, like English in high school and we're reading Romeo and Juliet. I mean fucking, we sat down, we analyzed the language and how it works and what it plays and all the shit. Even there, people are so obsessed with this idea that it is a love story. And I'm like, if you think Romeo and Juliet is a love story, if you think there is a single ounce of romance in Romeo and Juliet, you didn't fucking read. All you did was listen to everybody else who's put it on and go, that'll put butts in seats, let's do that one. And then you threw in a little cool lighting effect, threw in some fun costumes, did a little Shakespeare and had a little good time and think you're amazing. Romeo and Juliet, maybe it's a tragedy. Maybe. Romeo and Juliet is about fucking class war. It's about class war. It's about gender war. It's about the societal expectations of young people during that time. There's so much in it. Like, Romeo gets away with so much shit. Mind you, these are supposed to be children. They are 12. They are 12. They're not teenagers. They're not adults. They're 12. Miss AP English, literally it's coming out right now. But this is like the actor in me. They're fucking children. They're children. And yes, children had different, what's the word I'm looking for? Expectations, different societal boundaries than we do nowadays, right? At 12, 13, you should already be working. You should maybe even be taking care of your parents. Maybe your parents are dead, whatever, right? Yes, Fox Daddy, Juliet is 12. Romeo has a skewed interpretation anywhere from 12 to like 16, but Juliet is 12. Oh yeah. It's a tragedy for sure. That's the way it's often done, at least. Yes, Ryden. And there's tragedy in it. But the tragedy is not the love. And that's what people don't get. The tragedy is not, oh my god, they loved each other so much and they couldn't live without each other and so they killed each other because they couldn't do against society being against them and love. No. The tragedy is that these are fucking children who are so pressured into shit and fit into these stupid little societal boundaries about what the church and the community tells them that they fucking kill themselves. Like, what? It's not about romance. Yes, tragedy is directed. You're correct, Rylan. You're correct. I'm not going on you. I'm not hating on you. We are in plays and we have gone to a touchy one. I thought they were both teenagers. They range between, 12 in that time period is 12, 13. It's the same. It's teenager Fox Daddy. 12 to like 16 is the age range that they are in. But Juliet is meant to be younger because women were married off and put to men way younger than men were. Both families are aristocratic, so I struggle to see how to be a class war. I will readily acknowledge that the roving gangs of noble young men are a problem. Yes, Theta, let me clarify, because that's a fair point, right? When I say class war, I don't mean like West Side Story style, right? Where it's like we're two very clearly separate groups, like trying to fight against each other. Because that is like Montague. Oh, I'm coughing now. That is like Montague Capulet energy. Class maybe is not the right word. What's the word that I would use? Because that's a fair point. What's the word I'm looking for? You'll enlighten me if you figure out the word for what I'm about to say. But there's the separation between them and the fight against them. Because the reason why I also said gender is because they're from two different, like, ideologies. Like, Juliet's side is very, I put my hands together because I'm trying to think of this word that's not aristocrat. It's very like, if you were gonna make them, they're in perfectly fine clothes, they're doing, like, business in, you know, they're the we're wearing heels, if we're bad guys, we don't, like, if we're going mafia terms, maybe I need to put it in mafia terms. If we're going mafia terms, it's the difference between the old style mafia boss who is like, there are rules to the way we work. We have trust. And if you break this trust, then you get what's coming to you. My daughter's very important, and she needs to do this and do her place. But we don't just go on the street and shoot people. That's not what we do. We keep order. We keep command. And then Romeo's side is very like, fuck them. We got put new people in charge. Like, hey, that guy did me dirty. I'm gonna shoot him. I don't give no shits. Like, fuck this business and practicality. What has business ever done for me? I don't know why it makes sense in my head in mafia terms, but you're kind of correct, right? It's not class. They're on the same level, but it's the different mentalities of, like, how to run it, if that makes sense. Did Shakespeare do anything other than tragedies? Oh, yeah. Actually, Shakespeare is more well-known for his comedies than he is his tragedies. Way more well-known. I just don't care for comedy in general. So, like, his comedies are meh. The only comedy I fully hate is the fucking Taming of the Shrew. I'll beat a bitch square. I hate Taming of the Shrew. But Romeo and Juliet, she is a child. And it's not, people put it on as if it's romantic, and I think that's what irritates me the most. Because if you go and if you read the script, the dialogue between Romeo and Juliet, if you translate that shit, the entire dialogue, the entire thing, there's like not a single word they say to each other. Everything Romeo says is quite literally, I'm gonna fuck you. How do I get into those pants? I'm so horny right now. Like, my boner's so big. That's everything he says. Everything he says. And then he tries to manipulate her by being like, and your eyes are so pretty, but also can I get in those pants? That's the entire thing of Romeo. Because that's how men were. That was the thing. And she, if you read Juliet's, is very like,
Oh, that's so scandalous. No, you can't do that.
with like the big doe eyes, the big like,
Oh, he says all those things, but he's my prince, and he treats me so well, and he's a little vulgar, but it's okay, because I love him.
it's that. right? That's your dynamic. Your dynamic should be no. And like literally half of his friends are like just fuck the bitch. Like it's not romance. That's what I try to get across. Which then brings you to fun territory, because then you can start going, well then, why did Romeo kill himself? If it's not for Juliet, even though he says it is because he supposedly loves her, why does he do it? You get into a lot of interesting things and territory in there. I love it. I love it. I only know Shakespeare because of his tragedy plays. I suppose a lot of people know Hamlet and Macbeth, and those are the two. And I guess those are technically both tragedies, so you might have me there. So the Capulets are concerned with courtesy and protocol in a way the Montagues are not. Yes, Theta. That's a good way of putting it. And again, I haven't read this in a long ass time. I just remember reading it, and when we were dissecting it, it's not romantic. And that's what always irritated me when people would put it on, because they would just see it as a tragic romance. And there's very, very, very little romance in it. Because even when Juliet and Romeo, when Juliet's like, I want Romeo, and the Capulets or Montagues, whoever's on her side, is like, hell no, you can't have Romeo. You're gonna marry this 86-year-old man who's like part of our mafia conglomerate. And so she and Romeo run away to the priest to get married, right? That's not, oh, we run away because our families are against us and they want to marry me off and we just want to be married and love each other, so we're gonna get hitched real quick. No. That section is quite literally them going, they're gonna marry Juliet off to this old man, which means we're not allowed to fuck. If we get married, we can fuck and become pregnant, and then they can't stop us. So literally what it is. It's not out of romance. Like, they don't go, because when they show up at the priest is like, the priest literally looks at them and is like, you just met each other 3 days ago. You want to get married? Are you sure? They're like, yes, because we're in love. And the priest is like, I don't know if that's a great idea. I mean, I can, but I don't know. Like, if the fucking priest is like, I don't know. Yeah, loophole. Literally loophole, Ryven, is what it is. It's loophole the play. Tybalt, who is your cousin, which is acceptable in this context. Exactly, Theta. Exactly. Because Tybalt is like, I don't know, I think he's in his 40s, which makes sense, because that's what they did back then. But like, yeah, there's just, I hate it. Speaking of musicals and shit that I hate, Romeo and Juliet, I hate. I will not watch it. Like, you could not get me to go watch a Romeo and Juliet unless you've pre-watched it and promise me it's not gonna be romantic. Because it's... And here's the thing. In that time period, it was very... No, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Mr. Shakespeare loves sex. There's so many dick jokes. There's so many sex jokes. One of the things that people mischaracterize when they put on Hamlet, which I do love Hamlet. Hamlet's one of my favorites. But one of the things they mischaracterize with Hamlet is Hamlet's not a hero. Hamlet's not a good guy. Hamlet is closer to Macbeth, where he is maybe an anti-hero, but kind of the villain. Hamlet is a horny, abusing piece of shit. And too many people treat him like the hero and his uncle as the villain, which his uncle's bad. But, like, they treat him like this unjust hero, and that's why it's a tragedy because he dies at the end and our hero dies. No. No. Ophelia's brother is the hero. That's the tragedy. So, like, it's just really misinterpreted. But I love Hamlet. Friar Lawrence is not down? No. In Romeo and Juliet, he does it, and he's willing to do it if he believes their love is true, right? Because he's a fucking Catholic priest in the early Shakespeare times. But it's so funny because I remember reading that, and I remember, like, Romeo or Juliet or whoever talks to him being like, we're going to run away and get married, and you're going to marry us so we can be together. And I strictly remember the priest being like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, he straight up was like, I don't know. But yeah, I could talk forever about interpretations and stuff, but like Romeo and Juliet people just never get right, which is why I hate it. Hamlet I love as an actual play, an actual piece. People just don't understand the tragedy because they think Hamlet is the hero, when in reality Ophelia's brother is the hero. Or even Ophelia is the hero. If you want to get real down to nitty-gritty, Ophelia is the hero. Your tragedy happens when Ophelia kills herself. And then your play is strictly downhill. Laertes is the hero in Hamlet. I don't think I've ever heard that take before. Yeah, so Theta, if we're going to the core nitty-gritty, one of the reasons I love Hamlet is because it's like Macbeth, except opposite, kind of. It is one of the only plays, because Shakespeare usually treats his women very well for the time period. Hamlet is one of the only plays where if you are actually getting to its core, Ophelia is your tragic hero. She doesn't do a single thing wrong. In fact, she does everything correct and still dies. And it's one of the reasons I really love that play, is because if you are going from the very, very core, Ophelia's your hero. The second line directly above that is Laertes being your hero. Because what happens is, for the entirety of the front half of that play, Ophelia is going Hamlet, doing the Juliet thing, but in a mature way, where she's going, Hamlet treats me very well. He says these really sweet things to me. He's of good station. However, because she talks to Laertes, and she says, I really like him. However, he wants to push things in a way that I am not allowed to, being a woman of my station. Like, he pressures me a little bit, and I would like to marry him because I do think he's true and I do think he loves me, but that's like the boundary where he wants to cross it and she doesn't. And Laertes, she tells us to Laertes, although she's very, very like that type of woman where she's very like, but I know he means well, I know he's good, he's not going to pressure me, he's not going to do those things, maybe it's my fault. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm trying to be a good, precious lady, maybe I had my ankle showing or something. It can't be his fault. And when she says that to Laertes, in a joking way, because he doesn't think anything horrible is going to come from it, but in a joking way, he quite literally is like, you need to be careful, because Hamlet is the prince. He's the literal son of the king. He will take advantage of you. And you need to be careful about that. Because not only do I think he's going to do that, but I'm going to be very clear with you. If he does that, I will kill him. Not a joke, not a funniness. If he does that, I will kill him. You will be sent to a nunnery. And our family will be blacklisted for treason. Because I don't take that against my sister. And she very much is like, oh, it's fine. He's never going to do that. He's sweet, he's beautiful, he's lovely. What does he do? Hamlet takes advantage of her. The whole scene with the famous line of get thee to a nunnery is because Hamlet meets with Ophelia and quite literally is like, you need to have sex with me And Ophelia goes, no, I'm not doing this. I've told you before, I'm not breaking my standing. I can't do that. Have to be a married woman for that. Absolutely the fuck not. And because she says no, Hamlet goes, oh, he literally goes full incel and goes, oh, so you're just a slut and a whore who was leading me on? You were showing me ankles and you were leading me on to make me think you do this. Well, I'm going to send you to a nunnery because I'm the fucking prince. And I can do that. So I'm going to tell everybody that you're a slut and you're a whore, even though you did nothing wrong because you've denied me. And you're going to get sent to a nunnery. And that's quite literally what he does. She gets sent to the nunnery. Laertes is like, what the fuck happened? I told you shit was gonna go down. And she kills herself at that nunnery because of the disgrace that has been done onto her, because of the guilt she feels for believing Hamlet, for not believing Laertes, for thinking that it's her fault and her stuff. She kills herself. And then Hamlet has this big emotional moment where he's like, oh no, the love of my life, Ophelia, killed herself. It couldn't possibly have been my fault. It must be my evil uncle's fault and all the bad things he's done. And that's why Laertes fucking murders Hamlet, because he finds out that his sister is dead and been disgraced. And he goes to Hamlet and he says, you're fucking dead. And he kills his ass. That's the truth. That's the show. Gonna go to bed. Good luck in the game. Thank you, Gavin, for sticking through my ranting. I'm sorry you got here on a play day, but have a good night. Have a good night. I have a Spooktober idea. Throw it at me, Rythan. We might not even end up playing the game tonight, which is fine. We're ahead. How does the fact that Polonius is watching impact the subtext of that scene? Oh, that's where you get into the fun stuff, right? So if you know the truth of plays like this, right? If you know the truth of Hamlet, you know this truth. Now you start getting into the fun things like you're mentioning Theta. You get into the fun things of like, okay, so what is the subtext? What is the subtext for the fact that Polonius is fucking there, right? When they're doing that whole scene. And I think there's a lot of interpretations on it. I haven't read Hamlet in so long. I'd have to read what he says. Because I think there is a moment, right, where he says something very specific. I don't know if he talks to her or if he talks to Laertes. But he says something, and I think it's very clear on how he feels about the situation. But I don't know. I'd have to go back and read it, but that's the fun stuff that you get into. Is like, what does this mean now? How does this translate? What does this do? Because I'm not saying the uncle isn't a bad person. But I'm not sure. I can't remember if it's ever confirmed in Hamlet that the uncle kills the king. Does the uncle... Let me see this. Is it confirmed in Hamlet that the uncle kills the king? I didn't take you to be a Claudius apologist? I mean, I do love Scar. He is one of the good villains, man. See, this is my question. I think some versions of Hamlet do have him saying it. I would have to go back and read it. I'd have to go back and read it to know for sure. Hold on, I'm looking at the Spark Notes just to double check. I'd have to go back and read it to know for sure. But as far as I remember, the only person who says, yo, Claudius killed me, is the ghost of the dead king. Which I do love the interpretation that that's fully Hamlet going crazy. And, like, he's not real and it didn't happen and Claudius didn't kill the king. He just had an affair and Hamlet's mother consensually married him. You know what I mean? So, like, Hamlet didn't get the throne. The uncle did, so Hamlet's a little pissy about it. I would have to go back and check, but that's an interpretation that I really quite enjoy because Hamlet is not the good guy. And I think it puts him, because he's so fucking rude to his mother, who consensually marries, and in that time period has no fucking choice. Like, it's very, very interesting. But yes, Claudius apologist. I'll take the mantle. I'll take it. Marcellus and Bernardo do see old Hamlet. Yeah, that's the thing, Theta, is like I've seen interpretations where it's all in Hamlet's head, but I remember the other guards specifically see King Hamlet because they go to get Hamlet from like Dunsinane or wherever. So I agree with you there. I don't think the interpretation of it being in his head is correct. I do think it's interesting. But the guards absolutely fucking see him. Yeah, they do see him. But it's interesting if you go the route of, like, because I don't think they talk to him, right? Because they can't get him to speak. Okay, Rylan, you said we have 3 actors in the game. The player, the main character who's Yandere, and the love interest. The MC slowly becomes aware that they are not in control, and they do not love the love interest. They love the player, and the control the player has over them. Ew! That's getting into some interesting topics, Rylan. I love that. That's fun. That's fun and deep and controlling. Ooh, that is a cool idea, Rylan. Put that one in the notes. Put that one in the notes. I like that one. Yeah. I'm sorry. We've taken up most of the stream talking about Shakespeare now, but Theta, I appreciate you and everybody being here to chat with me about it. I haven't read all of his works. And especially since I don't care for the comedies, right? But Romeo and Juliet I'm passionate about hating. And Hamlet's my my favorite in its fullness. Maybe that's not true. I like Macbeth too. I just think there's less interpretation in Macbeth. I think Macbeth has nuances and has ways that you can do it. But more people are clear on the understandings of Macbeth and what character is which and which character is which than they are with things like Hamlet. I got to do a scene from Caesar. Is that what it's called? Is the play called Caesar? Whichever play that is, if it's actually called Caesar, I don't know. But the one where they revolt and kill Caesar, that's a good one too. That's a very good play. Kind of because it's really gay. And I love me some gay shit. But I got to play, I don't think it was Brutus. I got to play the other guy who's really manipulative. There's a really manipulative soul in there. Makes the play very fun. Same with the Richard plays. The Richard plays are fun. But you know you have the villain. So they're very much a think piece. I got to play a Richard scene, and I got to play as King Richard, and it was very fun. Getting into his mindset. But, like, if we're talking overall play, I think Hamlet as a story has gorgeous interpretations of characters and writing and everything in it. Macbeth is also there, just a little bit more plain and less nuanced. If we're talking individual pieces, I really like the manipulator from Julius Caesar. Yes, Julius Caesar, thank you, Theta. And I really like Richard himself from the Richard plays. It is. There is a possibility that old Hamlet is not really old Hamlet, but a demon using old Hamlet's form. Hamlet floats the idea after his first encounter. Okay! Interesting, Theta. See, I don't remember him talking about that, so I'm so glad you brought that up. This is the thing, right? So I don't remember every word. Just like generalized when I was going through it. But see, that's also very interesting. Because in Shakespeare's world, ghosts and demons do exist. Macbeth, there is no, like, I guess Banquo, actually, you might have more of an argument that Banquo is solely in Macbeth's head. But the witches are not, because Banquo hears the entire tale the witches tell them. He goes, did you hear that? You're gonna be king, your kids are gonna be king, or whatever. You're gonna be king. And yeah, well, your heirs are gonna be king. So the witches are very real in Macbeth, because Banquo hears them as well, not just sees them. So like ghosts and demons and stuff do exist in Shakespeare universes. So it's interesting to think maybe the Hamlet's ghost, maybe the king's ghost, was not telling the truth. Like, I don't know. We'd have to go back and look at what the uncle says, if he ever says he does something like that, or if he fully denies it the whole time. But it's just very intriguing, because I think the murder or death of King Hamlet is not the plot of the play. Like, it is in quotes, right? Hamlet wants to, like, avenge his daddy's death, etc. But there's so much going on within it, with all of the other characters, and Hamlet not being the hero, and Ophelia being the tragic hero, and Laertes being the revolutionary hero, and the king and queen not even really being all that important. Like, there's so much in it that I love. I love a good nuanced Hamlet that actually, like, I saw it on stage once, and it also stuck with me because they allowed any gender for the cast. So they had a woman playing Hamlet, but playing Hamlet as a man. Because you can change gender and shit for everything. I will never say you can't. I want you to reinvent and manipulate and change every piece of creative art. I always believe in that. However, that doesn't mean that it's a good thing or that you're not fucking with core concepts, right? I keep getting all of the ads for season 2 of the Netflix live adaptation of the Avatar The Last Airbender season, and how they absolutely completely ruined it. They already ruined it in season 1, but they fucked it even more, and it's disgusting and awful. I don't hate it because they changed it. I hate it because the changes they made have destroyed the core of what the show was, right? And so some characters, even in Shakespeare stuff, I'm like, I think you can gender bend them or make them different genders, whatever it is. I just think you need to know why you're doing it. Will it matter? Will it change the context? And if it does, are you then doing it on purpose, right? Hamlet is one of those ones where it was a woman playing a man. And if you changed Hamlet to a woman, I think you could do it. But your meaning can no longer stay in the place that it was. If you're still going with the idea that Hamlet is not the hero, he is very much the villain, and you change it to a intentionality again, yes, Theta. Because if you go, well, we're just going to gender cast whatever, right? And Hamlet becomes a woman, and Ophelia is still a woman. What you need to now do is go, oh, I'm no longer telling a story about, like, this manipulative, abusive, like, what, like, toxic masculinity and stuff can do in a relationship, and this woman, and what happens when you're in an abusive relationship and the tragedy of it. I'm now telling this core story about abusive relationships and manipulation through a queer lens. Because it does happen. There are absolutely abusive and manipulative lesbian relationships. 1,000,000%, right? But if you choose that choice, you have to know that that's now your perspective. What changes when it goes from a man being like, incel, you have to fuck me or I'm gonna send you to a nunnery and tell everybody you're a slut and a whore, to a fellow woman being like, well, what do you mean you don't want to have sex? It's not a big deal. Like, why are you being so crazy like this? There's a huge shift. There's a shift in meaning. There's a shift in intentionality. I love this word, theta. There's a shift in culture. There's a shift in what they expect from you. You could go with if you're going to do like a queer relationship like that, there is an expectation, even amongst a lot of people who are okay with queer relationships and perfectly fine, still have internal biases. So maybe instead of Laertes, when Hamlet is a man, being like, I know men, I know princes and aristocrats, I know he's going to try and take an advantage of you, I know he's abusive, don't do this. Now it becomes, right? And Ophelia being like, no, he would never do that, he loves me, whatever. Now you have, if Laertes is still a man, now you have a man who, in context, is perfectly fine with the queer relationship, telling his sister, like, yeah, but I don't know about her. I don't know about this lesbian. I don't know about this one in particular. You get what I'm saying? All of a sudden, your dialogue has changed. And I don't mean literally the dialogue. I mean the conversation you're telling. All of a sudden, you've gone from hey, this man is bad news, to, no, I'm perfectly fine with you being gay. I just know, sometimes you people, sometimes I don't want to see it, right? You get into a lot of that modern language that people who are supposedly allies will give you. A lot of that, like, well, it's fine that you have a partner of the same gender, but you don't have to say your wife, right? You could just say your partner. Excuse me? You get what I'm going for? Like, you're changing core things. And I just think if you do that, you need to know what you're telling. You need to know why you're telling it. And how that affects the story you're telling. Because I think that'd be crazy interesting. I think that'd be a very, very interesting lens into the story of Hamlet. I really, really do. But it absolutely changes the dynamics. So, I don't know. And this is where we get with like modern stuff and old stuff, where I'm like, there's so much you can do, you just need to know why you're doing it. And it doesn't always have to be some big philosophical, pouring out of your heart, and this means that, and the curtains are blue because in the 18th century, blue was a symbolism for blah, 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 blah. It doesn't have to be that. It can if it's meaningful and it's powerful to you and it needs to be that way, it needs to be that way. It doesn't have to be that. It can be as simple as, well, I made the blue lighting choice in that situation because blue makes me feel really sad. And I think it worked really well with the sadness of the moment. But you gotta have that choice. You have to have that reason. Otherwise, you fuck shit up. Who knew? I feel like every couple months we have another play stream where I talk about Shakespeare and plays and theater. This is just proof that the theater part of me will never, ever leave. Like, I have to start getting back into theater and putting things on the stage and creating stories and creating work again, because it does not leave, man. It is a part of me. Not color theory! That's so funny, Theta, because you're right? It is color theory, that thing about the blue. I hate color theory, man. I hate color theory. It's the one class I almost failed in college, but I'm not gonna say I blackmailed the teacher, because that could get my degree revoked. But I will say I loopholed my way through that, because that bitch was gonna fail me. He was gonna try and fail me out of color theory. So I like to joke that's the one class I failed. Ooh, I'm not a color theory girly. I wish I was. I don't, actually. That's a fucking lie. I don't. Color theory is made up. I will live by these lies. I love it, Fox Daddy. Scandalize color theory. Fuck color theory. If I had 2 middle fingers, I'd fuck you twice. Yeah, color theory is made up philosophical nonsense, and that's where I stand. And that's where I will always stand, okay? Okay? I'm glad we're here. I like don't even have words. It's lighting can do a lot. Lighting can do a lot for you. Lighting can change the whole course of things. Death Note has really good lighting. Hunchback of Notre Dame ironically does not. What's really funny, since we're still on this theater thing, so I love the stage musical of Hunchback of Notre Dame. Prefer it way over the movie. Think it's a fucking masterpiece musical. It's in my top 3, right? It's in my tops. It is... I've yet to see a production of it where they do Hellfire well. You know, the Hellfire, Dogfire, the one that he sings where he's like, can I pick a lyric of it that does not have a slur in it? It's not my fault. I'm not to blame. It was the girl, the witch who cast his flame. That song, where he does in the church hall, and there's like the big people in red hoods and the flames everywhere, and they're going mea culpa, mea culpa. That song is, and the whole visuals are the best fucking thing in the animated movie. It's gorgeous. It's fantastic. It's one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. Ironically, I've never seen anybody do it that well on stage. They usually throw up some red lights and they have him do it like a little ballad. And I'm like, it's not a ballad. This is not a ballad. This is like, should be crazy. We should have projections or people in hoods that look huge. We should have the ground shaking. I need to feel like the God himself is enacting wrath upon Frollo. And it's never that good. But I will say, Hunchback of Notre Dame being one of my favorite musicals, my favorite song from it is, once again, like I said earlier, a song they added to the stage musical that's not in the original movie. And that song is Made of Stone. It is a ballad, and I think it's fucking brilliant. And Michael, I think it's Michael Arden who sings it, does an incredible, and it's not just because I can hit the notes, okay? Thank you, tenor high notes. But it's a very powerful song when he has like his mental breakdown. And it's usually done very well because the gargoyles are in it and talking to him. And so he's like moving throughout the stage. He's not staying in one place. He's like yelling. He's looking over rafters. He's screaming. And I'm like, ooh, this good. And the big stained glass windows like shining down on him. It's very good. I also will say another one of the ones that's good in the stage musical, which is not, again, in the movie, is time will be us in the dark of the night, in the dead of the winter. Come keep me warm until morning. That one is very good as well. I think just the actual like music of it is good, but it's kind of like the calm down in the tavern. And it gives this very like, because the whole play is about like sex and lust and all this stuff, right? And so it keeps that weird, uncomfortable energy of Hunchback of Notre Dame, Theta. It keeps that weird, uncomfortable energy. Although I can talk about Anastasia, I'll get to that in a second. Because I've seen Anastasia as well. The tavern song keeps that uncomfortable energy that you're supposed to be in with Frollo, of like a, ooh, this feels a little spooky that all these people are walking off to have sex with each other in the middle of the night. This is a little weird. It's normal, but it's weird. And that's what it's supposed to be for Frollo, which I really like. Also, who doesn't love a tavern dance? Like, come on. So, Anastasia. Anastasia's very interesting. I've seen Anastasia. Get to call it night. Gotta spend time with my boy. Yes, Rythan, good night. Thank you for being here, Rythan, and indulging in my ideas and giving me your thoughts for the game. I appreciate you. You're king, Rythan. So, yes, I got you. I got you. You're ferret. I love it. So Theta, with Anastasia was very interesting to me because I think I saw it on stage. It's the hard part of not having memory is, did I see it on stage or did I see bootleg? No, I watched it on stage. I'm like 99.9% sure. I did. I saw it on a stage while I was in Philadelphia. I think I saw it on the Walnut. Not the Walnut, the one across from it. The Miriam or whatever it is. I'm gone now. I think it was one of the Broadway tours. Or it was touring, whatever it is. Anastasia's a very interesting stage musical. Hi, Jamie. Glad you're still here, Queen. Because Anastasia is a romance. We have been talking about like things that seem to be romances, but they're not, or not understanding what it is. Anastasia is just... So, Jamie, the cartoon movie is good. The cartoon movie Anastasia is good, but there's a stage musical of Anastasia, which I've seen on stage. And it's very interesting. I think going into it, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a fun little silly romance, right? Kind of like the movie. If you watch the musical is still a fun little romance, right? That's very much the plot. However, I don't know, Theta, if you've ever heard of Natasha Pierre in The Great Comet of 1812. Natasha Pierre in The Great Comet of 1812 is like, I think it's Russian, but it's set in that same like Slavic area. About a couple of different people going through times in their lives, and they're all like interconnected with each other. And it's like Les Mis, it's fully sung through, I think. And it's very, very interesting because I don't remember most of the plot of it, but they're all connected in a way where like somebody loves somebody, and that person is married to somebody else, and someone else's fiance dies, but they had a brother who was over here and didn't like them. So they're all very interconnected. And it's very dramatic. It's very emotional. It's very like, this is meant to be just a timepiece of people living their lives. It's not meant to be like it's a story, but not really. It's not meant to be this dramatic, crazy story. Like the very beginning song of Natasha Pierre in The Great Comet of 1812, it quite literally, I don't remember any of the lyrics, but the entire song is so long, and it eventually just evolves into different characters like saying their name in a singular line of what they were doing when the comet strikes. And so it's like, or like about them. So it's like Natasha was an heiress, or like Pierre was a drunk, or insert name here was eating fries. Like that's what it is. It's just people, but it's very colored lights, emotional. It's the set is usually like a spiraling staircase or multiple stages that are interconnected to one big stage, and you just go throughout the audience and do it. My cousin recommended it. I haven't listened. It might be based on a section from War and Peace. I would believe that. I would fully believe it. It's not my energy. I saw the bootleg. I get why some people like it. I would not watch it again. I don't even care to look it up. But the reason why I bring it up is because the Anastasia stage musical feels like a bit of a mash of the silly little romance from the animated movie with the drama and the dramaticism of Natasha Pierre in The Great Comet of 1812. Where it's like, oh, she's a girl,
And oh, this man she's going to fall in love with, while pretending to be Natasha, whatever it is. But then also, there's quite literally like the guy who is against her being Anastasia isn't just like, I don't think you're the real Anastasia because that fucks up my plans. He's straight up like, I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna kill your lover, and I'm gonna kill everyone you know because it's my job it was my daddy's job to protect Anastasia, and he didn't protect Anastasia. And if you're alive and my daddy says you're dead, then you have to be dead or my reputation's ruined, because then we'll be known as the family who betrayed Anastasia, and I have to do what daddy tells me to do. Like, there's a whole turbulent, emotional, like the one scene I remember from Anastasia, the stage musical, is him like whipping out a gun and pointing it at her and being like, I have to do this. You don't understand. I have to do this for my father, for me. I have to kill you. And it's like really, really dramatic. So it's good. I enjoyed watching it. I think it just felt a little, I guess the Anastasia in general does, so it's not too crazy. It felt a little like, okay. I don't know if generic's the word. It's not a timepiece. I really don't know how to explain it. It's like in a very specific category of musicals where I'm like, it was fine, but I cannot tell you a single song from it. And I guess I know the plot, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was very dramatic in a way that I think only theater can be. Where we were meant to take it seriously and we did, but in a weird way. I don't know. And it was different from the drama of Hunchback. Because Hunchback feels very serious isn't the right word, because Anastasia's still serious. But Hunchback on stage feels very like Les Mis, where it's not trying to give you anything but like a very thick piece of steak to work with. Anastasia feels dramatic in like we're gonna have a big ballroom dance, and there's jewels and there's glitter, and there's a moment she'll walk in that he stares at her because she's so beautiful in her dress, and we'll have the climax with the bad guy who holds this trauma of not being able to protect her. I don't know if that makes any sense on the differences between them. They just have a very different feeling. Because I don't want to say down to earth. I don't want to say Hunchback feels down to earth, because it absolutely doesn't, right? But there's a very different feeling of like a woman walking through a church being like, I ask for nothing. I can get by. Please help my people. And this big organ and orchestra and boom, 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 music playing and church music versus Anastasia, who is still classical, but in a way that feels very theater. It feels very stage. It feels very lights and dances and things like that. I don't know. I really don't have a word for it. Yeah, because I wouldn't say down to earth. I guess maybe Hunchback is more classical? Maybe? I don't know. it feels that way. Versus Anastasia's feels more like theater, like traditional theater. Another one I saw was, it's not Peter and the Starcatcher. It's the other one, I think. It's one of the Peter Pan ones. I saw one of the Peter Pan ones, and then I saw the one, I don't know why these are conflated in my head. Is it the Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime? Or something like that? I think that one was really interesting. Because I had heard of it, because it's well known, it's pretty famous. But I had no idea what it was about. So I went to see the show, and while watching it, learned that it's a piece about, like, a mentally stunted individual. And their, like, experience living life, throughout, like, you know, this like moment in time where I think this dog gets lost or something and they go looking for it. Which is very intriguing. Because I was like, huh. I don't know. And it didn't feel insensitive or anything like that. But I don't know if I have the knowledge to commentate on what kind of story it was telling, if that makes sense. Now, the Peter Pan one that I saw, whatever it was called, was just a sweet little, just a sweet little show. Just a sweet little, like, I think Peter chooses to, like, stay with Wendy or something and then ages up. And then he has to remember all of the lovely things from Neverland and tell the stories to his kids and all that stuff. It was very sweet, very gentle, very easy. So that was a very simple one. We've already talked about Shrek the Musical. We love Shrek the Musical. And then I've seen Cinderella. Cinderella's so meh. Doesn't matter what version of Cinderella you're doing, it's so meh. I don't know how to get past Cinderella. I've seen I don't think it's Fun Home, is it? I've seen the one about the two gay dads. Where the dad has, like, gets divorced to marry a dude, and they're, like, also Jewish, and, like, Christian Borle is the lead character. I've seen that one. That one was chill. It was very interesting, coming from someone who has no idea about any of those perspectives. I liked that. I've seen a lot more than I thought I've seen. Damn. I don't know, man. Okay, should we play 15 minutes of the video game? Sure, let's play 15 minutes of the video game. Why the fuck not? We'll see how far we get in. We'll save as soon as we can. Oh, that's a gross-ass monster. And I don't like it. Oh. What's the routine he's making here? The cage au faux. I don't think so. It had a much more generic, like, American name. Hold on. Christian Borle musical where he is the gay dad. Falsettos. Falsettos. I've seen falsettos. That's the one. No, it was not the birdcage. It was falsettos. It's interesting how many things have the same plot. I've seen the bootleg of that. I don't think I saw it in person. I think I saw the bootleg of that one. That was interesting to watch because I had no idea what it was about. Oh, wait, is he gonna... Oh my god. Is he gonna see me? Nope, hide. Oh, okay, hide. He just fully walked past me, that disgusting amalgamation. Okay. Well played, thank you. I don't even know where I'm going is the trouble. Where am I going? That way. Okay, get to the ladder. Okay. Walk past me, creepy amalgamation. Oh. Oh, nasty. Okay, I'm gonna go. Go. Wait, where the fuck's the ladder? Oh, this way. Oh, bullets are flying. Oh, we love that. Wait, how do I get through that? Oh, what the fuck? You gonna come around this way? Uh-oh. Is he legitimately gonna come around this way? Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Is he just kind of patrolling that corner? Parody of I think we're alone now, but I think I'm a clone now. Ah, that's hysterical, Andrew. I love that. He feels like he's just patrolling this corner. Huh. How do I get around that? Does he look down the corner? Or am I okay here? Uh-oh. Oh, I'm okay here. Okay, cool. Can I go through there? It looks like I can. Okay. Get the big gun. Oh, wait. Yeah, literally. No shooting in this game. This is not Resident Evil. Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh, fuck. How do I get over there? Oh, shit. I'm stuck. I can't jump it. Do I have to go past him? How do I go past him? What? Uh-oh. Maybe I have to go around? How do I do that? Isn't he gonna see me, like, immediately? Oh. Okay. And then what? I go straight past him? Okay. Can do that. We're only gonna get to use it once, though. Is that not the direction I need to go? Why would I use it? The trouble is I can't see, so I don't know where I'm going. Because why would I make him run over there if that's where I'm going? Let's go see first. Is that not absolutely where I'm going? Oh, Jesus Christ. Why can't I see him anymore? I can't see him through the big thingy. Uh-oh. Where did he go? Huh. Okay, does that mean I'm clear to go? He's not showing up. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Shit, shit, shit. Uncontrol. Fucking run. Fuck out of here. Okay. Hopefully he didn't see me. He appeared out of nowhere, bro. Where is his ass? Yeah, I agree, Andrew. The sounds are horrid. And he does look awful. Ugh. Trouble is when he doesn't show up on the radar. Where the fuck is he? He's not, oh, there he is. Okay, okay, okay. He's gone back over here. So I should be able to hide back here then. 'Cause he's doing this routine again. Okay. But now he's patrolling inside there. I see. Okay. That's why we have to ring it when we get over there. Okay. He walks all the way around. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna follow behind him then. No, because he turns around and goes to the left after he checks the right. So I'm not gonna follow behind him. I'm gonna do this and stand here. I need him to walk that way. Yep.
so he's gonna walk all the way. Yep. Now we go. 'Cause he's behind me. Okay. Oh boy. Oh! Jesus. Oh.
Are you okay?
What was that?
Oh! Fun. Uh-oh.
Move!
Yeah, run, motherfucker. Oh no. This is the clone William. He's the fake one, the evil one.
Don't trust him.
What are you talking about?
The growth. It's alive. It can change shape. It can turn into any of us. That's not Williams.
The hell are you talking about?
He's right. Don't go anywhere near him.
He has been acting like a fucking Looney Tune.
Uh-huh.
Williams, say something. Let us know this isn't true.
Wait!
Shooting
We don't
him
know
won't
what he
change
is.
it, though.
The test is almost finished, and then we'll know for sure.
This is my ship.
No, we're not
You're
gonna kill him
about to
'cause it
make a
does nothing.
very big mistake.
No, I'm not shooting him. It does nothing. Bro, it does nothing. I'm not shooting him. Stand down.
Scan complete. Subject unidentifiable.
Uh-huh.
You never learn.
Intruder identified.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Shooting him does nothing, though. He just comes back to life. Oh. Oh, nasty, nasty.
Lock it down! Is there anything we can use to scan ourselves?
Yes, the scanner outside Bridge Ops runs Class A biometrics.
Great, let's go.
Oh, boy.
Damn it!
No!
Oh. Split up! Oh, God. Oh, we're splitting up. Oh, no.
Oxygen levels dropping. Oxygen recovery and stabilization required.
Great. I'll add that to my list, along with getting to the scanner and trying not to die.
These are the ones we played earlier.
Sure now.
Okay, we already played these, and we lived through them. This is cool that it's catching up like this.
Go to hell!
Very cool. Isley escapes. Yes! Isley inserted. Yes!
we save Young? Or have we not done this section yet?
Young, am I glad I found you?
Oh, good.
I don't trust anyone right now.
Hey. So we had some pretty fun times.
That's one way of putting it.
The scanner. It's the only way to be sure.
Back up. Now.
Stafford, thank God. We thought you were...
said back up.
Oh no.
Stafford, it's me. Young. For real.
How do I know that?
The biometric scanner outside Bridge Ops. We were heading there now.
You go there under my supervision. Do you understand? And every one of you goes through that scanner.
Okay. We got you, Stafford.
Threat alive. Seek alternative air supply immediately.
Oh, so we're gonna die anyways. Okay. Nolan Stafford. Oh no. We're gonna have to make
Move.
choices of who to kill.
One by one, through the scanner. You only get to Bridge Ops if you're verified and on my say-so.
Stafford, we are going to do this. Just lower the gun.
Not until you move through the scanner. Go! Hands up!
Oh boy.
Walk through the scanner.
Stafford, I...
Now!
We don't get to play as Anders, so I'm assuming she's fine. Okay.
Young, please go through the scanner.
I mean, if anybody doesn't want to do it, that's a clear indication that they're fucking evil. But also, we can't kill them. It doesn't do anything. Why are they making this so dramatic? It's because some of them could have been alien, depending on if we got them killed or not. We didn't do any. We haven't done anything as Mitchell. I don't even know if we can play as him or not. I thought he was on our list, but we haven't played as him like once.
Don't you ever point that thing at me again.
We absolutely will, bro. I haven't played as you at all.
As expected.
I love they all have little quips. Okay, so we kept them all alive, so they should all be fine. Okay. So I guess maybe if you get them killed, they show up and they're evil.
Stafford, I was worried you were...
Oh no! Isley double! Oh no, she's my favorite, bro!
No one move.
Now hold on, Stafford. We can resolve this. Stafford, it's me.
She didn't speak
You
when she
know
got
me.
there.
She's lying.
I said, don't move. Don't move.
Go through the scanner. No test, go through the scanner.
Both of you. Through the scanner.
It's the only way to know for
If
sure.
that's what you want.
No! Get away from her!
Oh. What? Nah, fuck you. Nah, 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 she just ran in out of nowhere and tried to stop the fucking alien with her hands? What? I see why this game has middle reviews. All choice games do this. We've talked about this, where you click something and it leads to something stupid because that's not what you chose. But that was dumb as hell. There's no way I'm letting Isley die because I told them to walk through the scanner, and for some reason she, out of character, had a panic attack and fucking ran at an alien. What? That doesn't make any sense, dude. Hell no, I'm not leaving that alive. Fuck you, bro. It's a dumbass choice. Fine, I'll test them. Since apparently that's the only way it works.
Someone better prove they're the real deal. Fast.
It's me, Laura. We worked together for years. Back on Earth, all that training.
Anyone would know that.
Not the details, like how you and me initially didn't see eye to eye.
Don't listen to her. It must replicate our memories.
That's enough.
Bro, that also wouldn't answer the question of who's evil. This choice is dumb as fuck. Well, we know the newcomer's the real one, but this choice does not feel fair at all.
Whoever or whatever you are, we're done with you.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. This is my thing. Shooting her does nothing because it's still alive.
Jesus.
Oh,
Get inside. Lock the door.
I was gonna say, she could be dead.
Jesus. Do you think it's gone? For now. Maybe it's figured out it can't get through the door. What the fuck are we gonna do now? Stafford.
Anders, engage emergency oxygen supplies.
They're not responding. We'd have to go out there and unlock them manually.
Can you see anything on cameras?
Cameras are down across all decks.
Let's hard reset. Reboot the whole system.
Nicely.
If we're gonna go back out there, we're gonna need to see.
Oh, they're not rebooting.
Shit!
We're getting power spikes all over. The whole network's shutting down.
Nicely.
Redirect power across all modules.
I'm trying.
Nicely.
What?
The ship's dying. The growth is spreading too fast. We'll never get it back online.
I designed fail-safes for every system. There are contingencies to fall back to. I just need to think!
Isley!
I'll deal with it.
What the hell was that anyway? What happened to Williams? It was... Holy shit. It wasn't even them, was it? It was like a thing fucking posing as them.
Oh, fuck. Okay. It's the substance. The growth. It's like we said, it's adapting its molecular makeup. It's duplicating us.
Well, this is a huge bucket of fucking disaster. What are we gonna do now?
I need to think.
Okay. We are gonna pause it here. I know we literally only did like 15 minutes, but I'm already mad from that Isley choice because, listen, I love games like this. I take them as they are, but that choice was dumb as hell because if you're gonna do a thing where, first of all, ordering them to go through the scanner. How does that, like, what, how does it get Isley dead? I could see it maybe getting someone past the scanner dead because they don't have the gun. Why would Isley make a stupid decision to run at it? That doesn't make any sense. And then if you're gonna go the, okay, let's test it route, all Isley said was, well, we didn't get along when we first saw eye to eye. Now shoot one. What? Like, there's been no stuff about, like, well, they only gather surface thoughts, or, it, you know, doesn't mimic speech correctly, or it's gonna, like, make certain quips. Like, why didn't you write in there that the aliens maybe always speak in a certain pattern? Or what would have really worked, what would have been perfectly, is if they can only repeat things that we've already heard other characters say. Like, the one that I thought was evil, that was Williams earlier, which wasn't Williams, like, clone. At least I don't think it was. Maybe it was. Who knows? We never got the answer. If he had only said things that we had already heard Williams say, then that could be a giveaway. But you had no giveaways on how to know if somebody's real or not. How am I as a player supposed to know that? I didn't like that at all. That annoys the fucking shit out of me. Ooh. And in choice-based games, when your entire thing is choice, it matters. And like Dark Pictures Anthology, this isn't your worst. But it's like mid-tier, which is kind of expected. Preach? I don't know, man. It's just, things like that matter when you're doing a choice-based game, because we're not here for your gameplay. You know what I mean? We're here for your story, which already your story's a little generic. Story's a little generic, let's be real. We're here for your characters, which are a little flat-noted and boring, although I do like most of them this time, thank God. And we're here for your choices. I know, Andrew, that's okay. No worries, no worries. It got expired anyways. Well, we're gonna end here for the night. Thank you for listening to me, rant and talk about theater for so long. I appreciate you guys. It was really nice of you to let me just chat. We're pretty far into the game anyway, so we'll finish it Monday, or we'll finish it either Wednesday or next Monday, because I don't think it'll take us 3 days. No worries there. And it'll be done before we peace out to more conventions. But for now, that's kind of it. Rachel's Rants is the next channel. Honestly, it really could be. Gotta make some YouTube videos like that. But that's where I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna say goodnight to y'all. Andrew, thank you for still being here and staying with me through it. Jamie, you too. I appreciate you. Thank you for staying here while I play. I appreciate you. Theta, thank you for your long, insightful conversation on Shakespeare and plays and all sorts of stuff. I really appreciate you and your time. Fox Daddy, you too. Rythan, Gavin, Dan, everybody who was here. TK who stopped by. We had a couple of new folks from Indiana Comic Con stop by. Kawaii Cuddler. We had... There was someone else in here, if I can find their name, who stopped by. I think it was Cider. Thank you to all the folks who said hello, who stayed for as long as they could, and who chatted with me. No Snow Andrew, get out of here with your blaspheming. Yes, welcome to them. And we're not going to raid tonight. I'm just going to peace out. So have a good night. Have a chill time. Stay, calm, cool, collected. Don't get too hot. Don't get too overheated. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday, okay? All right, y'all. See you Wednesday. Good night, goodbye, good night.